Hey, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome again to another edition of the closing argument. Today is Friday, May 30th, 2025. And right now the weekend is on. Everybody's the graduation season. People are traveling, so everyone's so busy. But for us, we have to chip in. Coming once I see the CEO of Troop Inc. is here. The newest sensation, Hamed Fofana, Symphonic Fofana is here with us tonight, the great digger of Liberia and Africa. Uh, Tonight, last night we had the former Minister of Youth and Sports, Honorable D. Zilga Wilson, and he laid the blame on the former LFA Vice Chairman and also former Deputy Director for Legis, Mr. Wilmer Smith, being the ringleader behind the protests against the LFA President, Mustafa Raji. And today, Mr. Smith decided to reach out and said I think it's only fair that we hear his side of the story too, a matter of due diligence. So we said we'll give him 1 hour at least to come and to answer the issues concerning him by Mr. Wilson laid. So Mr. Smith will be joining us this evening, and so we look forward to having him. But in the meantime, Ahmed Fofana, the Truth Inc. CEO, welcome to the closing argument again, brother.
Yeah, thank you, man. I think it's a good thing to have Smith on the show too, so we can hear from him. But a whole lot of things been happening today, I'm sure. Heard about the awarding of honors to Kun, and I saw a video where the former foreign minister was in complete disagreement that they will have honor Kun, who she thinks doesn't deserve it. And I think it just emphasized, of course, what the former speaker also said, that he didn't deserve it. But interestingly, his certificate was picked up by Per Brown Boo. So we don't know whether she did it because it was part of the protocol or whether he asked her to represent him. I do.
I think we got to ask him. We got to reach out to him and find out whether he sent her there,
But
because people are asking questions whether he sent her there. But he declined to go for it. So let me ask him.
yeah,
So, but go ahead, too. You'll be talking.
yes,
Yeah.
that is one aspect of what it is. And I think the near crash incident also at the airport continued to be the conversation. But most importantly, the audit report that is squarely on the president's lap now to see whether commitment to corruption is just nothing more than rhetoric, because some of the allegations or some of the review, audit reports are not as legal, not indictments, but they provide sufficient referral mechanism for GSC and the Ministry of Justice, and not GSC, I mean like the LACC, to review and, where applicable, investigate further and prosecute. And we also hope that the likes of Amara Conan, who held the Public Account Committee in the Senate, will now begin public hearing in this direction. Other than that, then it becomes a waste of time. I am sure the GSC enjoys pub funding from multilateral institutions or countries. And so if they realize that all it does is just, you know, carry on another staged performance and nothing concrete comes out of it, then I'm sure it could affect future funding. So we hope that the government will take these fundings and, where applicable, institute corruption. Of course, you made a point the other time. sometimes it becomes difficult to prosecute when, of course, some of the very allegations of corruption being mentioned or discrepancies being mentioned perhaps against past governments are effectively being carried out by the current administration. So, it's just a catch-22 situation we find ourselves in, my man. It rigged my rule to the point where people are gradually losing faith that government is the answers to national problems. When, of course, by its definition, government should be by the people, for the people, and of the people in terms of finding solution. But unfortunately, we find ourselves in a state, particularly so with Liberia, where government just become a recycle. Give us the opportunity to come so we can do our own. And then the excuse becomes, but then the other people do it too. So yeah.
So, Councillor Pearl Bamboo, what she did today was she acted on her own because the speaker just told me, the former speaker just told me that he declined and no one should have gone to pick up any award for him. And in fact, he have not spoken to the woman since November last year. So what she did today was not in the name of Speaker Kofa. And Speaker Kofa did not send her to pick up any award for him. So that award she received from the Liberian Council of Churches, I think she will take it and put it in her house. Yes, she'll put it in her house. She did not receive the councilor did not ask her to go pick up a award for him. So she did it on her own. So she just confirmed it to me that he did not ask somebody to pick up a award because he declined the invitation from the Liberian Council of Churches. An institution that I believe that I have just lost is purpose. The Liberian Council of Churches, back in the day, we had great men and that were heading that great institution. We used to call them the moral conscience of the Liberian society. Today, I think they have lost it. I mean, I don't know why they were even honoring people. Why they honoring Richard Cohen and others for? I don't know why. But and that was sad, That was sad. Nora, when people hear these things, you have to ask. And I reached out to the former speaker, and he informed me. And he doesn't have to come and speak for himself here. It's simple. He just informed me that he declined the award, and he did not ask anybody to pick up a award for him. In fact, he said she does not work for him, and he had not spoken to her since November last year. Okay, no one should pick up anything for me, he said. So, but we'll talk about that later on. We have Mr. Wilmer Smith. I think Mr. Wilmer Smith is the former deputy director general for Liberian Geological Institute. Liberia Geological Institute Studies, right?
Yeah.
Legis.
Yeah.
Liberia Institute for Geological Studies, right?
Yeah, I think so. He comes on you the correction.
Yeah, he made a correction. He was the former deputy director general. He also served as one of the former vice president of the Liberian Football Association. But Mr. Smith, yesterday, the former youth and sport minister, accused him of supporting, and they LU's students from LU, the soup guys, for protesting against Mr. Raji, the LFA boss, and also taking the case to the Liberian Anti-Corruption Agency, LACC. So Mr. Smith is here to respond. I just spoke to Mr. Wilson. I told him that Mr. Smith will be coming on. He said, yes, let him come and respond. But because everything he said, he stand by it. He stand by everything he said about Mr. Smith last night. He stand by it. So Mr. Smith, we'll bring Mr. Smith on to at least give him his day. Mr. Smith, how are you today? And we welcome to the closing argument.
I'm fine. Thank you very much. Good evening to you, Tomalin. Good evening to my friend and brother Sidiki. Good evening to the listening audience, the people of Liberia out there. I'm honored by your invite. It's good to be here.
Okay. How's everything at your end? How's your family? How's everything? Are you okay?
Family great. God has been good to us.
Okay.
And how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing in the diaspora?
Well, we're hanging there. We can't we in the diaspora, but we can't forget about Liberia. Every day, Liberia is on our mind. We just cannot forget about Liberia. That's our only place, only home we got. We cannot be deported from Liberia. So we love it. We gotta be the Liberia in Liberia. So I mean in America for now because gotta hustle. Gotta hustle. And from there we will be going home. I think back and forth. If we won't hustle on this side, the family on that side, some of them who not working, who can make it, they will not survive. So we gotta be there, That it will. And I know you used to be in Rhode Island before. So senior to America, the hustle.
The man is still a full resident of Arizona State.
Yeah, they may not try America. They may not in Rhode Island, they not go Arizona, everywhere. So
right now the man is preparing for his senatorial bid 2029.
Oh really?
I'm the man campaign manager.
Wow.
That's a nice prank. Yeah.
But women, let's go to business, man. Let's go to business.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Tell us a little bit about yourself, your LFA background. Basically, I think since we're talking football today, we'll keep it there because you're a man of multi-discipline. But since we're talking football for now, we'll keep it in there. So at least introduce yourself to the listening audience. Who is Wilman Smith?
Thank you very much. I just like to register that the network situation is challenging. Just in case we have a troubleshoot, I will try to come back. I will keep coming. Okay. So as you know, my name is Wilman Smith. I'm a football administrator for over more than 2 decades. Former executive committee member of the Liberia Football Association. I used to be an official of YASA, and then I became president of Georgia FC and secretary general of Junior Professional. And I became vice president of administration of Small Town Football Club, and then I became vice president of the Liberia Football Association. We took over the football association at a very critical period. The LFA was in a little crisis. As there were issues with the statute. There was a statute that said, high school students can contest the presidency, and then the executive committee thought it prudent to augment that to college graduate. And so the executive committee passed on that, but unfortunately, Congress did not pass on it. Congress is the highest decision-making body of the LFA. So in the absence of Congress, the executive committee can make decisions. But when you make decisions, when Congress is coming, you gotta make that an agenda item so Congress can vote on it to either accept it or reject it. So we had to deal with that. We had the financial sanction in place for FIFA. So we had to put into place austerity measures. And so we worked with the former president, Musa Hassan Belede, for a couple of months. And we're able to harmonize the statute. We went with one statute. We're able to come out of the financial restriction, and then money started to come. We thought to move the LFA from a rental building to save cost. LFA was paying the $27,000 per flow on Benson Street. We squeezed the LFA from there to ATS because we are legacy people. We felt that it was important to save that money to do other things that will help grassroots football. And so we were squatting at the ATS there until the LFA is now at the headquarters. That building that they said was my mansion, you know, during the census law, they said that was a mansion I built from the student money, the census student money. That is the LFA headquarters. And so, interestingly, it doesn't have a cost up to now, but we'll talk about that later. So we made several progressive decisions. You see all of the mini stadium across the country. We did one in Buchanan. We did some work at the technical center in Kehleboe, the George Manuel Weah Technical Center, the Doyle Williams Stadium, the SKD practice pitch, the Tusa Fee mini stadium, and we passed on 9 additional mini pitch. And I think they're going on now in Nimba, in Maryland, Bombay, Cape Mount River G, Alpha Fee, Alpha Otamo Fee. Those are the decisions we made. That the next upcoming coming from FIFA, those are the areas that will be moving. I think some of the work is ongoing now in Nima and some other places that are doing assessment. So we did the LFA headquarters. We were involved basically with grassroots football and ensuring that we keep our focus on the football development plan. We're able to pass on that. And since we left, you know, those things those measures, those things we fought for to ensure that we follow these steps. We are going back. We are going back. The LFA has been reduced to a cesspool, you know. And so I've been listening to you now to tell me what Minister Zoga Wilson said. I didn't listen to him, but it's interesting how Minister Wilson, who served as youth and sport minister for 6 consecutive years under President Weah, you know, has at no point in time developed that energy to defend or promote his stewardship. He says there's stewardship, you know, in terms of our youth, all these problems around here. I've not seen Minister Wilson running around with flyers. There's an issue with LFA, the Liberia Football Association. And Minister Wilson have turned to a pro bono propagandist and saying things about people that are unfounded, that are factually inaccurate. And so I feel it's important to come and set the record straight. Because I listened to you, Tomalin, in your beginning, you know, the allegations, the preliminary ones I got from you, is ridiculous, frivolous, and very laughable. The Vanguard Student Unification Party is a party that I serve on the Politburo and Central Committee. I serve as Secretary General of the Vanguard Party. My own party took the street, went to the embassy, and called on the U.S. embassy to put me on sanction because, according to them, they believe that time that millions from the census I stole it. I did not go around crying. Zoga Wilson did not come on any platform to say, I didn't say that Mustafa Raji or Zoga Wilson or sending these people to do this thing to me. My party has served as Secretary General, expel me. Soup, expel me. You people know this thing. In recent time, the party issued a statement bringing me back. So a Soup decided to take my own party. I know at that time I did not steal money, but as a police broker, as one who is party discipline, it was not my business to go and argue with the party in the public to issue counter releases. I knew the contradiction would have been reconciled along the way. All right? And Soup is an institution that can correct themselves. It's a revolutionary movement. And so I went through it. I did not cry wolf. I did not cry on anyone. The very early CC I was invited there. Siliki, Tomalin, you all know, Tomalin, you're on Spoon FM, you know that. I did not go around crying on anybody. So why would Minister Wilson, who have absconded from this country, saying he got all a 6-year job, sit in America, and just speak our lies on professional people? So I want to hear the other things so I can speak to them. Because I know Soup went to the LFA. I know Soup went to the LSCC. And when Soup went to the LFA, there were a lot of social media things, people condemning Soup and saying Soup had no business in football. I went on the radio. Tomalin, I don't pretend about where I stand on issue. I went on the radio and I said the Liberia Football Association cannot in any way say Soup is not a stakeholder. Soup is a stakeholder of the Liberia Football Association. Sigi, don't you know that we have inter-university games on the LFA? The last tournament we had, Stella married one Soup at the ATL. I will send you guys the pictures and everything a few minutes from now. So Soup is part of Varsity. Varsity has a stake at Congress. And you say for Soup as a stakeholder to go to the LFA and say, we are also going to play in your league. We are aware of an audit report. The audit report say the money the government of Liberia gave you, you refuse to disclose how much you receive and how you expended the money. Mr. Raji and the LFA in the management letter agree with the auditors. And so we're saying that taxpayer money there, the LFA must account. The people go there. So when the Commerce Ministry the other day for on the dog copper issue, why did he say that we must talk to people there? And so people need to take responsibility for their action. Okay? You have a situation where 2 secretary general have resigned from the LFA. The media manager have resigned from the LFA. All right? The media manager resignation letter is a bombshell. The former secretary general, Isaac Montgomery, a seasoned auditor. All right, his resignation was also a bombshell. He has spoken to the press. He has put out information that he tried to advise this LFA president financial wise.
So, Mr. Smith,
follow the financial perspective.
Mr. Smith, let me get to the question. Let me welcome Mr. Nangwe too. Welcome, Mr. Nangwe. Mr. Smith, can you prove?
Yeah.
You say that the government of Liberia gave LFA money, and I was made to understand is that LFA, I mean, the FIFA have no dealing with governments. They deal with federation. All the money that LFA received came from FIFA, and so I want you to give us evidence.
That information is factually inaccurate. And it's unfortunate that Minister Zoga Wilson.
Well, let me ask my question now. Can you show proof that LFA received money from the Liberian government?
That's what I'm explaining to you now. In my capacity as former vice president of the Liberia Football Association. And Minister Wilson knows that. Look, Tomalin, if you look at the budget right now, the national budget, maybe you see 1 million there for football. The government of Liberia spent 3, 4, 5 million on football in the end of budget spending. Of budget spending. Every game, the LFA went to Morocco the last time. One game, now the government of Liberia gave $370,000. Ask Mustafa Raji what is that? The off-budget spending money. You need to provide your expenditure report, okay? And Minister Wilson, even though the Youth and Sport Ministry has a maintenance line for the generator in the budget, Minister Wilson said 15,000. Every loans are giving 10 to 15,000 for generator maintenance. Okay, I think that's one of the reasons why he's panicked. He doesn't want this investigation to go on. Why must he the Liberian people that the government of Liberia have not been giving money? Look, when I serve as vice president, we play about 18 international friendly matches, Tomalin, plus games. And 90% of those games, the government of Liberia provided a ticket and allowance. We went to Saudi Arabia, the government provided the allowance. I arranged that game. So Saudi Arabia provided a ticket.
Let me make some clarification for you, just so you go. Minister Wilson agreed that Lone Star, the team, the soccer team, is actually the property of the government, and so it provides those things you just mentioned in terms of tickets, in terms of support in preparing the team and at games, to the extent that he said it pays even the per diem of refs and guests coming. So he mentioned those ones. I think the controversy we're looking at was that money given for the construction of its headquarters.
No, that's not a controversy. That's what they're spinning for you to understand. They don't want you to go for the real issue. Okay? Even though the government of Liberia provided duty-free privileges. Okay? So if a project is 100% FIFA project, it means everything is embedded, right, Sidiki? Everything's all being like a FIFA project. FIFA can't collect money from government or anybody. So why do you want duty-free privileges from the government on FIFA projects? So you say government not giving contribution. So LSCC wants to know, tell us how many duty-free privileges you got over the period. Tell us how much in dollars and cents you got for the national team. That's why the auditor asked the LFA refused to Tell us for honor review, how much did you receive? How much did you receive from government support? And you can say, so Siriki, if you play 10 games, right? The government gave you 370,000 for one game. The government gave you 90,000 for another game. The government gave you this for another game. Okay? What will you do? That's simple arithmetic. You're not even accounting there. You just check from the first game to the last game on the total. Before the game, the LFA does a budget and sends to the Youth and Sport Ministry for onward submission to the Ministry of Finance. Those budget lines are not only for tickets, it's not only for tickets, it's not only for player per dam. No. They get laundry there, generator maintenance. When you go into that budget line, and look at the value for business. I gave you an example, Siriki. When we had a Wafu tournament here in 2018, our intention was to move the youth team to the technical center. So we did a budget and put mattresses money there to put mattresses for the children to sleep. The total amount for the mattresses was 16,000 United States dollars. When the money was given for that purpose, Mr. Zoga wasn't told the mattress money, the 16,000. Up to date, he has not brought that money back. Because what the football team need, Lee Academy, they are moved to the headquarters now somewhere in Kehleboe. But then they were using the LFA facility at the technical center, so they were there. So Mr. Wilson said, send us an issue to get the people out. Until we get the people out, you will hold the mattress money, 16,000. The vice president of our administration, Sekou Kone, and I went to the Ministry of Youth and Sport to receive the LFA money. Mr. Wilson took that money. I've raised the issue in the Executive Committee. I've told Mr. Raji, Mr. Wilson needs to bring the mattress money back. The president said he was to hold our baboon. And so, Tomalin, how can LSC just invite you? Putting on a process just started, nothing happened yet. You just raising alarm. You just running behind headquarter project. Oh, that FIFA money. Your people say operational fund. Have you read the letter? Have you seen LSC release? The people know what they want. So stop playing politics. Subject yourself to the investigation. Answer the questions the people have for you. Okay? And just today, I don't know whether you are aware, Soup was at the LSCC today again. Soup provided, I think, 7 or 8 names, including my name. The 2 former Secretary General, Anthony Doko, Mr. Isaac Montgomery, the former treasurer of the LFA, Mr. Jala Kova, the vice president for administration currently, Professor Sekou Kone, the company that built the LFA headquarters, CSAP, Mr. Quiddy Warwar, and Wilmer Smith, have been super saying that we are people of interest that the LSC must speak to. So I think eventually the investigation is getting on because LSC is going to invite us. And we will tell our story, what we know about this government money. All right? That's one of the problems the LFA president must say, hi. You have press conference and say, government not doing anything. I say, you can't do this when you know you're receiving all this money off budget spending.
So Mr. Smith.
Off budget spending. You got mobilization.
So Mr. Smith, before Mr. Nabwe comes in, okay?
Yeah.
So are you telling the Liberian people watching you live that the WIA administration gave LFA under the leadership of Mustafa Raji funds during the 6 years?
Yes, I'm telling the Liberian people that the WIA administration provided money every time outside that budgetary appropriation for the LFA. Yes, it's a fact. It's a fact. Even the rest the president gave during the COVID period for the national team player, Mr. Wesley took around 150 back because they carried the rest of the U.S. sport. All the rest didn't come to the ATS. These are issues we've raised with the LFA and other people. But if you are not in Kohu, you will be interested in accountability. So you see, the two people can protect each other. You see what Mr. Wesley is? Because if you go into that budget for the year, LSC review all those budgets and the money that have been given. The discrepancy. Look, Tomalin, you need to read the management letter for the Liberian people to know that the people who are taking their claim to the LSCC are not figurehead. All right? There is another report. The other report expressed a qualified opinion on the LFA for 2023. The report is there. The LFA didn't challenge it. The LFA said they are celebrating good faith, they will make improvement. Read that report. Even the cash transaction, the report filed on that one. I was at the LFA, Tomalin. If we got up money today, if it's late, the next money is to the bank. The other report say money can be to the LFA 3, 4, 5 days. They use some of the money before they even carry it to the bank, they get intake. So don't quote me. Read the other report. Read the management letter. Okay? The national team, our youth national team went to Mauritania. The government of Liberia provided that money. The national team was, the country was embarrassed and disgraced. The national team was disqualified. The youth team was disqualified for age cheating in Mauritania. The LFA president Mustafa Raji and Zoga Wesley said the Senate committee to come up with funding after wasting government money. Before you talk to children from here, you should have done age testing. They reduced the LFA to PTA. What is that? They wrote the parents to sign consent form. No serious organization does that. Okay? You don't go to pro parent for to sign form. They got MRI machines here. If you don't have the money, you are not forced to make the trip. You keep embarrassing the country. You take whole country to Mauritania, disqualified for age cheating. And you know why? Why these people must be held liable and culpable, Tomalin? Before we went to Mauritania, we hosted a tournament here at the SKD. And Mauritania withdrew from the tournament. Mauritania played the first game and withdrew because the tournament had overage players. And if Mauritania is hosting the next round, a team that withdrew from your tournament because they say you have overage players, Tomalin, what you do? Sidiki, you are not correct that. Mauritania withdrew when hosted the tournament. Our people took the senior children there and they were overage, they got disqualified. If the committee decision was wrong, and the LFA and UNSB are going to challenge it, they did not challenge it because they knew the report was accurate. They came here to save face and said, wow, they were setting out a committee. Over almost 2 years now. Recently, when Mr. Wesley wrote in our chat room about the soup something, I told him, where is the report? No one endorsed Rajiv for a tier 10. I said, Mr. Wesley, you endorsing a man who you ain't even produced a poor report, he has found all the opportunity. He admitted, and the apologists who are in that chat room, Mr. Wesley admitted yet that he delivered it here onto the report to save face. Okay? So, people should not behave like, things are not happening in the place. Things are happening there. The LFA president, his driver is the one he get a maintenance contract for the cars. That's conflict of interest. That's conflict of interest. Okay? So
Mr. Smith.
The LFA headquarters.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Nambe. I think.
Thank you.
Mr. Nambe, go ahead.
Yeah, welcome to the show, and it's good to have you. Let me ask you this. Are you running for president of the LFA?
Me? If I'm running as president of the LFA?
Yes.
No, I'm not running as president of the
LFA. Okay. You serve as vice president of the LFA. Did you serve under Raji?
Yes, I served under Musa Belede for a couple of months. I served under Raji and myself for like 3 years, yeah.
Okay. I'm asking these questions because some of the allegations you're making, I mean, you're making quite a bit of them tonight. Some against former Minister Zioga Wilson, as well as against Mr. Raji. And I'm just wondering, what is your motivation? Why is it that we're hearing about this now? Because some of them seem to have happened.
Mr. Tango, you are right. You are hearing about it now because Mr. Wilson appeared yesterday and said, I was not monitoring your call me. But for the record, people who've been following Liberian football will tell you how consistent I've been with this advocacy. Okay? I've been consistent with my advocacy. The 16,000 I've been behind me, the Wilson Musa Raji, that he told myself going to ensure that he bring that money back. I'm not saying it today. The West issue is not today. Okay? The accountability issue is not today. I've been raising this issue, and that's why the gang up against me at some point in time. So, for me, football is my passion, and we brought LFA back from under the financial sanction. We don't say they allow our effort to go in vain for a man who is determined to break all of the rules to please himself. Okay? Look, let me give you another example. The LFA headquarters, my brother, Mr. Nangwe, the LFA president, and let me tell you about that LFA headquarters because we presented all that project and people took that building picture. Pass that picture all on social media, on Spoon FM, and said it was my master and Bavon, the stolen sense of money. The LFA, an institution, has served as vice president to tell you how hateful the people are. You don't like Women Smith, fine. But just issue a disclaimer, say this building picture that is circulating belongs to the LFA. Don't even call my name. Just say this building belongs to the LFA. The LFA failed to do that willfully, intentionally. I contacted the LFA. The LFA told the media manager to do, we'll do it, we'll correct it. The media manager went and did a draft, sent it to Raji and Professor Conan. According to them, were too worried, he should reduce it. He went and reduced it, brought it back to them. They never issued that disclaimer. In the end, they said, they didn't want to be bothered with me and my political enemies. That building that I went to every day with the contractors to make sure we get that thing done, because the original site we supposed to build the headquarters on, that's not what we build the headquarters in 5. Okay, so I got a professional person to do the soil testing for free to that place we supposed to build the headquarters. When that exercise was done, the professional Garguah with 1.4 million, you cannot build the kind of building you want to build. Yeah, you know there's a place right behind the Total gas station, Boulevard Journal, directly behind the Total gas station. So wetland, good place, I do. But they say to build the kind of structure we want to build there, we needed to put more money. So the engineers came, they did not know we've gotten all our professional stuff. They came and said they would do the work. They brought the excavator, 2 of their machines fell in the place, went on the ground. I will send you the pictures again, Tomalin, after the program tomorrow. I will send you all the pictures and videos. So that's how I reported that there was an issue. And CSAP is a responsible company. They took responsibility immediately and said, you'll find any land, anywhere, any amount will pay for it, will pay the money. That's what CSAP said. Today is our fault. That's how professional people behave. Now the LFA, who doesn't want to take responsibility for not being accountable, is blaming people. So CSAP gave us $60,000. 60,000 United States dollars. Where we got the elevator further down, that place was, let me tell you, the land, the 2 areas I'm talking about was purchased under President Musa Hassan Belede. The administration was able to secure the 1.4 million for us. Okay? So what we built down, Musa's dream was to have that as a showroom and in a players area. This can be very close to the LFA headquarters. So we had to demolish the structure there. because the elevator they couldn't find place and there was no time. We want to do that project in our 4 years. They demolished that structure, and that's how the people provided 60,000, and the building went up there. That 60,000 has not been reported in the elevator financial. I mean, senior professional CEO Jala Cover are waiting plethora of emails, which I will send you some Tomalin over the month, over the year.
Wow.
I tell you,
Quite a lot he's putting out tonight.
even in the football, my man.
But I want to ask him because my information I received is that in the CDC chat room, Zoga came on an attack for his work about the appearance last night. And so what I did is they respond. This is how they maybe this. I mean, I don't know, but it's from that his appearance and so forth that caused all of this, because I'm told that I'm not in the room. I'm not. So y'all who can be seeing I'm a seditious. I ain't in the room. So yeah, that is not in the room. That ain't yet. So
I don't know, Chief. If you say so, then you say so.
Yeah, maybe Siddiqui can tell us what happened in the chat room. What happened since Zoga appeared?
I mean, I would think that when those things, if there were any disagreement in chat room, it will remain chat room conversation.
There you go.
Like
a room talk, remain like a room talk. I was a little bit kind of confused with the minister's presentation. I mean, he said the former president did a lot for the team as a player, but then he failed to connect why he received so much pushback, got practically not as much support that he would have wanted when the president was the president of the match, and he himself, as a former player of the team, was at the Ministry of Youth and Sports. He said he wouldn't go there, but to me, that was an indication that there was some kind of disagreement between he and the former president, as close as he said they were. And so if they're saying those things in the chat room, I won't be surprised.
But Mr. Nangwe, what I'm really confused here tonight is that the minister he been involved with the football arrangement, and I was informed, and that's something that I know, that LFA deals with federation. I mean FIFA don't deal with government, right? And the minister said that at no time that the government of Liberia gave LFA money. The money LFA got was from FIFA. Mr. Smith,
I think just correct. I think he distinguished the support.
Yeah, I mean the government gave money to fix the stadium.
When it came to the national team,
yes, the government provided money.
Government already the cost.
Yes.
So perhaps LFA own up something like, for example, the renovation of fields, building of these or something. The LFA would rather sign a 25 years contract with the government so that the government does not decide how those fees are managed when FIFA will give the funding. So I think we need to come back, hopefully, and then tell us, distinguish the funding, particularly so to tell us who is honoring the cost right now, or honor the cost
the LFA release. I mean, something the LFA said that they reviewed that the government allotted $658,000 and $1 million to the LFA for the fiscal year, and I hope. But
look, you guys talking, but look, yes, it's totally. Look, I see Wimmer really eager to defend his point of what, but yes, it here. Minister Wilson will not come on the station and just make lies and things like that. I don't think so. I believe what the minister have said. I'm yet to understand Mr. Wilman. I'm yet to understand what he's driving at. Is he driving at corruption? What now? Why Zoga had to come up and say these things before you come into picture? On the defense, why weren't you saying it before? I mean, we needed people to come up and say these things and bring things to light, but not after. So it means that if Zilga had not, Minister Wilson had not come here last night, then there was nothing going to be said. You should have put that information out, and then it would sound a lot more, credible to the Liberian people. But it's like you're more on the defense. That's how I feel.
Hello?
Yeah,
Yes.
you live.
You're live.
Yeah, I think you have a misunderstanding. I did not come here because Mr. Wesley came here to speak last day. I'm here because he made false allegations against me. Now, if you've been following me, Mr. Wesley was reacting to the recent development that Sue had gone to LFA headquarters to demand accountability. Sue went to LACC, went back, presented a petition. LACC finally accepted the petition, responded to Sue. LACC wrote the LFA down to come in. By the time the LFA received this letter, Mr. Wesley now is running around. So I think you have a misunderstanding. Mr. Wesley is the one on the defensive. I don't know why he's afraid, why he's so panicked, but the investigation will unravel a lot of things. And I will encourage the investigator to make sure all the games that we all play under that other report, the year under review and going forward, that you get the total amount that the government gave. Look at the budget they submitted to the Youth and Sport Ministry. See how much was received. See the expenditure report. I'm telling you this. Okay?
So let me ask you this question.
I mean, if I may just please
go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. You got off, and I'm glad you came back. So I'm about to pass it, but I just want to know, because I asked you, you're not running for office. These things that you're describing, they've been happening for quite a while. Mr. Raji is running for his third term, and yet now you said you didn't come here because of what the minister said, but you said you came here because you got a call for what the minister said last night. What I want to know from you is what is the end game of what is it that you're looking for here? What are you trying to prove here?
No, I'm not trying to prove. I'm not trying to prove anything. I welcome the petition presented to the LACC by the Vanguard Student Unification Party.
Okay.
And I welcome the LACC inviting the LFA to look into what SUP is saying, because accountability and transparency matters. And I keep saying to you, sir, I'm very sure you are not following the football politics. Because you are in the football politics, nobody will follow the day-to-day football activity in Liberia will say what he's saying that we must make. We're not speaking today. We are advocating every day. The fact that I'm not vice president again does not take me from football. I'm a stakeholder. I'm a stakeholder and official of club. Okay? And so we have been involved. But I can understand you have not been following the football activity, the various football chat room, the various sports program. You can be listening to the Saturday program, other sports program from Freedom, from ERBC. You listen to plenty of women Smith clip on accountability. I've been doing it for the last. I used to be the president for all second division clubs in Liberia, 32 football teams. Honor to Deacon Lemio Shema, who gave me that opportunity to serve all the second division for advocacy. I have a record for advocacy. I am not here because there's a situation to do. No, that's not me. Please do some due diligence. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Smith, let me ask you this. I will come back to it, but I just want to put some things into perspective. Yesterday, the former minister indicated to us that by his measure, as a former player and then who happened to be policy maker as minister, serving under a president who also was a sports soccer icon, he thought that their performance was not as significant as he hoped it would have been. In other words, they failed, just to, for lack of better word, to quote him. You've been in sports management. You have seen the development of football, as you mentioned, for 2 decades. Well, how do you rate the 6 years performance?
You see, that's why I said it's laughable. that Mr. Wilson cannot defend his stewardship. But he's attempting to defend the LFA that has their own leadership that should be defending their stewardship. The government of Liberia, under the given circumstances and constraints, okay, did not fail. Today, you have a modern stadium in Liberia that countries like Ryan are using. Sierra Leone are using SKD as their home. Garguah. But even that program means that we embarrass the country. Come out the guy and close that stadium because every time the assessor key gave feedback, he overlooked it. When they closed the stadium the first time, they provided some money to do some work. They went, can you imagine, instead of buying turf or real grass, means the way got people behind the SKD fence, they started digging grass, so they planted it to that place. When the guy came again, the guy said, it's a joke. He better sell it again because they got temporary release. When the guy came by, he said, there's a joke. The guy from Mozambique, he's the son of the Mozambique Football Association president. So the government had to step in. So they see the stadium. We have a mini stadium at SKD, the practice pitch. Okay? 8 years ago, Siriki, that was not the case. The SKD was not there in 2017. You never have a mini stadium practice pitch in 2017. It happened there. Okay? Tusafi. Look at Tusafi. Look at Doris Wedding Stadium. Siriki, we achieved those things because the government provided duty-free privileges. The government contributed. Okay? Government contributed.
Okay, my next question.
I want you.
Yeah. So okay, you reveal a lot tonight. We're trying to I want you to tell me if anything I point to what could be Zoga's intention of trying to protect or perhaps step, as you call it, propagandist for the LFA, the current LFA president. What could be his interest? He's noble minister of youth and sports. I'm not too sure he's contesting in a race. I'm not too sure he is the head of any football institution right now. What do you think would be his intention of trying to provide this kind of level of protection? I can't get it.
From the way Mr. Wilson is proceeding, one will deduce that there is something that Mr. Wilson doesn't want to come out. Something that is aware that the investigation could unravel, could maybe establish a cahoot between he and the LFA president or a cabal. One could deduce that he doesn't want this cabal to be exposed because the money issue that the government sent is between Mr. Wilson and the LFA president. Okay? So that is the situation. So I saw one of the LFA report before I left the LFA. I raised that issue. I went to the Ministry of Finance and I saw $1,000 reform to end the Kwemi. That was when the national team went to Chad. So I came back in the Zelda committee meeting. They are telling the minutes are there. I raised the issue. Why did you give ended $1,000 in I did not $1,000 in Chad? He said, how do you know I provided the document? You know how the response, Ricky?
No.
That some of the money was dirty money, that ended gave clean money, that what they had to pay back. Factually inaccurate. Before we leave this country, Ricky, the government ensured that if we get the money from the commercial bank, whatever bank, the government will ensure that we go to the central bank, the auditors do the things, and give us clean notes, clean 100 notes because the national team is traveling. Okay? So I know that when this LFA president wants to get involved in chicanery,
they need to give out the money in cash.
So you can go and LFA go to the bank and cash the check. Yeah, go cash the check and put the money in cash. Yes, cash, Siriki cash. Okay? So they go there. When the LFA president ready for a chicanery, he said he credit money from one Fulani man. The Fulani man is an unknown soldier, he's a ghost. Why are you crediting money from Fulani man for the LFA? Who authorized you? Did the Zelda community tell you to go and credit money? Okay? Every time every person can say equality money, and you know the thing with emergency is equality money. You gotta stop doing that. So I was talking about the LFA headquarters. The president, before I left, said he had gone to GD Bank to seek a loan facility overdraft of 300,000. Why you want that? But just before that, the club's kings, the club did a proposal. You know, FIFA can send subvention. They take some of that money and give it to the clubs to help them. The club said, I want subvention coming. We went to GD Bank to loan all this money, so when our money come, it just goes straight to GD Bank. GD Bank said they just need a letter from the LFA to say, yes, the club money will be coming soon. The LFA president said he can't do it. Over 20 clubs wrote. Don't quote me, Sidiki. The club president was being headed by Charles Masale. His number is 0886-501319. I can give you a number, call him. He will give you all the documents. His former secretary will give you the document. The president said he could not do that. Even though the club money was a show money coming from FIFA. Then he came to the meeting and said he went there now. He not tell the children are there now. He said go there. He made an arrangement. The people agreed to credit us the LFA 300,000. I said, but who authorized you to go negotiate for loan? Did the executive committee send you? He said no. I said then that's a red flag. So that issue will not be accepted in this meeting. Please sweep it on the carpet, Mr. President. We do not support that action. We will not do that. The minutes are there. The executive committee minutes are there. That decision will save the LFA from that embarrassment. After we left the LFA, Sidiki, it's in the auditor report. The president went and took 300,000 from GT Bank and placed that money in a dormant GT Bank account. Tomalin will send you all the account number. All the things will go to LSCC. Okay? A dormant GT Bank account that does, the LFA account that doesn't exist. Now, there was a guy called Emmanuel Dia, peace to his ashes, the former Secretary General of the LFA. The LFA received an email to Tomalin that CAF sent us $200,000 as our subvention. That money did not come. That money was diverted some kind of mafia way to, I think, Hungary or Yugoslavia. That was when Rajiv just took over. We spoke with the Secretary General. Secretary General said, I am not aware of this money. I did not take this money. And it makes sense because the Secretary General look at go withdraw money from LFA account. You know what they did to that boy? That man had police bundled that boy up, took him to the police station. That boy threatened to commit suicide that day. That's how they left the boy. He said, you knock your head on the wall to kill himself. He said, Sonny, how do you want to disgrace me? They put that boy in jail, they seized that boy computer. Guess what? CAF wrote us, Ricky. CAF wrote us made that indeed the money was never sent to Liberia. So CAF, we sent the money. We got that money. I told Mustafa, you have to apologize publicly to Dia. You have to know that this man get his computer back. There are emails to that effect. That boy never got his computer. That boy was living with that bad image. He died. We lost Emmanuel Dia. We lost our brother. He died from depression. So, Tomalin, if Emmanuel Dia could be taken to the police station for a communication that came for 200,000 that he didn't take, what is wrong with Mr. Raji going to the LSCC to answer questions? That people now are shifting the argument and bringing LFA headquarters bidding into this thing. The LFA headquarters that I'm talking about, when the president was dedicating that bidding, he said the total amount he spent, the LFA spent was 1.5 million. He did not announce the 300,000 he took for GD Bank with an interest rate of 19,000. He did not report that because he knew the step to get that money was wrong. It was outside the financial process. But Tomalin saw the report. The auditor said the LFA is not following the accounting standard process. So Guess what, Siriki? The former Secretary General had a press conference immediately at the LFA headquarters dedication ceremony and told the president in his face, Mr. President, the number you called the Liberian people is not true. You know it's not true. Correct that number. The money now is around $1.89 million.
What?
In an attempt to silence the former Secretary General, he ran to the civil law court and he filed an action there for defamation. Say he filed an action there, he can't go for assignment. He just want to silence the boss so the boss can be talking. The building he said he spent $1.5 million on CSAF. The company that built this building, Siriki, have taken the NFL to the debt court for over $2 million. The NFL is at the debt court. I will also send you all the court records. So you see the dishonesty, the intentional willful act to shortchange the Liberian people. And people want to have beyond FIFA. Look, there's the Malian Football Association president is in jail now. You know why he's in jail? Government did not interfere for. He stole the government money. The president of the Peabody Football Association is in jail now. He stole the government money for football. The Sierra Leone Football Association president recently, few weeks ago, they were having Congress at the Mami Yoko Hotel. The police went there and arrested him. Anti-corruption talking in. Who told you? Because LFA is dealing with FIFA, so he's going to take the government money. And you say
something. Smith, let me ask you something. With these things you mentioned, it's just so annoying that anybody is so accused cannot even be mere anything you call football or any institution. But Raji has won his second election. He's going to his third. What do you think has led him according to be winning? And I'm hearing that he is likely to win this coming Congress.
So, Siriki, you know a little bit about politics. Politics is about dynamics. It's about the movement. Okay? I can tell you that had it not been for President George Weah, Raji will not be president of the LFA today. Okay? Raji and Musa Shano ran for the presidency. And Raji, none of them could obtain the single majority vote. You know why we got to the executive committee before Raji? We served months before Raji came on board. So you can understand context, Siriki. It's not based on popularity and strength. Okay? So we should have gone for the runoff. And it was clear that Musa Shano would won the elections. It was clear. And so negotiations were held, Siriki. And that's how Musa Shano went to the airport on the boat so that Raji will go on web ballot in the runoff. You understand what I'm telling you, Siriki? I'm giving you factual information. And so in the African context, if the chief executive and chief president of sport is supporting the LFA leadership, you want the best because it means that the man will put more focus there and get money, Siriki. It's just common sense. So that is how he was given that term and giving a second term unopposed. He went unopposed again the second term because the understanding was President Weah is giving the support this is the president. But this man doesn't even say any good thing about George Weah. He acts as though he became LFA president on his own term. The man faked a school paper. The man presented fake credentials during the LFA election.
You're telling us that if Raji is supported by Bwaka, he could likely be the next president, though.
I am telling you that this investigation that is going on, that's why I'm welcoming it. It will save the LFA. Siriki, the LFA will be saved.
Can I come in?
Siriki, today, back that date, these people that Sue have listed today to the LSCC, Tomalin, did you receive that communication? I will send it to you. Those people, when their statements are taken from the LSCC, and the LSCC go to counter those statements with what Raji says, Siriki, I can assure you there will be consequences. There will be consequences because the truth and nothing but the truth will come out. Okay? So Siriki, if all is well with this Rajiv man, why is he in court? Why he got defamation case? He got into the death court. Why?
Mr. Nagba
Okay?
Mr. Nagba want to come in, but
No, let me comment now. I haven't asked my question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Wilman, my concern here, Mr. Smith, my concern here is he gone. Yes, he went out. You know, I will ask him the question when he comes back. But what I think here, this appears to be like a personal vendetta that he has with Mr. Rajiv, and he doesn't really, I don't know, because he go as far as talking about he dropped out of school, he fixed a document. I think this appears to be like a personal vendetta that he has, and I will ask him that question when he comes back. You know, because when you try to go that, when you go in that personal, then I think something wrong. But I mean, there are a couple of questions I have to ask him. So I mean, to be honest, I thought we were going to talk about more facts and practical things here that will make people to really believe or convinced. But I'm not convinced by this. I'm not convinced by that, because Mr. Smith is all very personal here. You know, talking about, you know, I just felt, okay, he's coming back, and I definitely. But Mr. Smith, yes, my question to you, from what I deduce from what you said here, you know, it appears that you have a personal vendetta against the current president of Liberia Football Association, because you go into as far as he fixed his document, he did that, but yet still he's been elected more than 2 times. So how do you expect to convince the Liberian people that Mr. Rajiv is not the person, he's corrupt, he needs to be audited? How do you expect to convince the Liberian people?
Okay, thank you. I know you use that word, corrupt, that Rajiv is corrupt on this program. I'm saying that they allow the investigation to go on, and there will be revelations. Now, I'm not being personal. I was explaining the election. Sidiki asked me a question. I'm trying to give him all of what happened during the election. How we left from how the people voted for high school credential. Okay? I am telling you, Mr. Rajiv submitted fraudulent academic documents to the Elections Commission. That commission was being chaired by Professor Dr. Councillor Arthur Johnson and Councillor Safwa May Gray. I'm just giving you, because I know you've not really been involved with this football thing. I got nothing personal against anybody. If I have something personal, you see, Mr. Wilson, who was here live, making all these outrageous claims, you will see me trying to fight by being so bitter. No, I like to stick to issues. Okay? I like to stick to issues. I do not go about making up stories. I do not go about impeaching.
Why did you not report this to LSCC in the past? You know, Mr. Smith, I'm not trying to discredit you and all of that, but Mr. Smith, when you talk about transparency here, you had an issue before with LSCC. I mean, so how can you had a problem with them before, and now you're talking about transparency here. How do we, I'm confused.
You shouldn't be confused. That's a very nice question. You should be interested in the outcome. You shouldn't be confused. If that question is coming from a professional standpoint and not being, fed in by somebody, you will be impressed that Mr. Smith was, a lot of original lies were said about me, including the LFA headquarters said about my mansion. They wrote all kind of lies on me. I sued people here. You didn't talk about that. You didn't talk about how I won my case against Stanton Weatherspoon. You didn't mention that. Because people lied on me, I went to court. I got a declaratory judgment at the court. I just got another ruling against in the EcoBank case for incriminating me. I have that record. You want to impeach my credibility? I have challenged the system in the court. That's what I'm saying to you. Do not listen to Zoga Wezi. Do not listen to Mr. Raji. Let's respect the process that is going on at LSCC, and let's wait for the outcome. Let's wait for the outcome.
I agree with you.
I said that in my opening meeting that when I went to LSCC, all the things that happened to me, I didn't cry around here. I didn't blame anybody. I stay in this country to make sure that I exonerate myself and those people who were involved. I don't know whether you follow. Recently, the Liberia Ambassador of France did a public apology in the newspaper or on social media for maligning my character. I took him to court. He could not leave the country to go take assignment. Just a general represented him. They had to beg.
Mr. Smith.
I'm giving you information. You say how credible I am. I want to tell you how credible I am. My name is not in any other report. 1 minute, sir. My name is not in any other report in this country. No other report. No court has found me guilty about anything in this country. I have a clean criminal record. Okay? I am the one winning cases in the court. You should be commending me. I don't see
I didn't know you won your cases in court. I didn't know you had a hearing and you.
So you see, that's why I tell you, now we're fighting. I want Scandal Waterspoon in court. I got a Spoon Evans case ongoing. Tomalin knows that Spoon Evans was closed for 6 weeks. You didn't follow that. I won the Echo Bank case. I won the Declarator Judgment case. This is the Wilma Smith you are talking to. Okay? I'm very credible, so you should listen to me.
Okay.
Right? I don't have control over people telling lies.
This is my last question. This is my last question here. I ask you, why do people always want to come up after somebody have exposed them, then you come on the defensive point? Because the thing is, you're very credible, you're transparent, and you know Mr. Haji was involved in these things. You should have reported this thing a long time. We're just hearing it.
So, is that Mr. Nangwe? Am I getting it right?
Peabody.
Peabody, you keep missing this thing. It is the elephant who is coming up. They were accused first. You keep missing this thing. So that Wesley did not come out of his own volition. He came because the LSCC have served Mr. Raji an invitation to report to the LSCC to begin investigation. That's why Soga Wesley is running on the air. Before Raji got a letter, Soga Wesley never spoke publicly on this matter. So it is that question should have been for Zoga. I am only coming because Tomalin provided me update. I did not listen. I saw Miss Call for Tomalin. I think you were calling me to contribute last night, but I was sleeping, and that's how he told me Mr. Wesley said X, Y, Z. So that's why I'm here. Okay? And I just told you, so I've issued another position to LSCC today, naming 8 persons, including me, and I can assure you, once the LSCC call me, I will voluntarily go there and provide information. If you don't call me, the Whistleblower Act and all other things allows you to send information to the LSCC.
Jasmine, I got one question. The question I got.
Thank you.
Answer the question. You said that the government provided, because I'm being informed that the government of Liberia, they help the stadium. When FIFA had problem with SKD complex, the government of Liberia provided funds to the Ministry of Youth and Sports to ensure that stadium was made and the national standard, the FIFA standard. That was the money the government provided to Ministry of Youth and Sports. It was not LFA. So, but you are saying they gave it to LFA, and the money was given to the Ministry of Youth.
No, I didn't say so. Sirigi said, Zoga Wesley said, the administration failed on sports. So I need 2 things I read to your office that were not the way they were when the government took over. The Samarkand Stadium, when Zoga Wesley regime took over, the regime now that he's disowning. That was not how the SKD was. Today, the SKD now is receiving, is a home for other countries. Sierra Leone didn't come here, Mohammed Salah didn't come here because SKD now is Sierra Leone home. All right? Guinea and other people. That was not happening. You got the SKD mini sports stadium on the practice page. When Zoga Wesley had the privilege to be appointed by President Weah, he went to that SKD there. That project was not over there. So how can you say Mr. Williams will be telling about the Arrays youth. What did he do to improve the situation? He was the sector head. To tell you that we fail, he's running away from responsibility. You know, that's being opportunistic, and that's a mediocre thing. I'm not going to entertain. So let's look for more tangible issues. Okay? I told you we play over 18 games. In recent years, Liberia did not play the amount of games, friendly international. We were playing everywhere. We went to Saudi Arabia, we went to Tanzania, we went Botswana. We went to Botswana. Botswana invited Liberia for an independence event, only because of the need George we are. The only reason why Botswana invited Liberia, even myself, I had the honor and privilege I was the guest of honor, head of delegation. Okay, even my sister was he wanted to see the president of course. Senator Bazanga was on that mission. He was representing the government. Asked him. So those are the kind of recognition we got. Those are the things that happen. We went to Botswana. We played games. We went to Saudi Arabia. We went to Tanzania. We were going all around playing. The president flew to Congo. Tomalin, Garguah flew to Congo to support the national team in Brazzaville. I know that. The Waffle tournament, you said, look, the Waffle tournament was here for the first time in Liberia. If you have been here under the Unity Party government, it did not go on. When we took over, that tournament became very successful. Liberia went final and lost to Gambia here. Siliki, you know what happened at the end of that tournament? Over 5 players from our local league went to Europe immediately. The Ali Nijar, the 12, okay? They went to Europe immediately to help boost our squad. And guess what? The president was with that team every day. The Pedano children got Siliki could buy them land and start building their house. Every game, 25,000, 15,000. That's not a bonus in the budget. I mean, on the field, game bonus. Look, who
are managing those transactions? The LFA.
No, that kind of special bonus, huh? It comes straight. You get rid of the team. The team get coach. It got team manager. I'm not talking about the game bonus. There's a game bonus in the budget that the LFA pays the player, and that's $1,000. And before we took over, $1,000 of our foreign players and $500 of our local players, we cancel that. We say every player, whether you're local, you professional, you get a team allowance. Okay? When the team play, they win. The president get win bonus. Those money will come in, the players will go sign for it. They draw, they get money. Okay? So the motivation. Look at we went to Sierra Leone. Went to Sierra Leone for the World Cup qualifier. We took over 100% for the first class, charity squad. Charity squad. We pay hotel for them, transportation, feeding in Freetown. All right, through the government intervention. Before we left.
Yes, sir. But Mr. Smith, I want us to look at sports development. You know, we talk about a lot of those events, thing about perhaps a game is played and there is support. Now let's focus on, as you being the former vice president of the FA, whose responsibility I'm sure is to also manage the national team, correct me if I'm wrong, or to develop football generally in the country. Let's focus on your program in that direction, because we've seen a retrogression in Liberian sport. For example, the games are not well attended. People don't go to the game because, according to most people, the game now lack their attraction, lack their attention, and their support. What is that sports development? What were your plan? What was your own effort in that direction?
Great. So the first thing we did, Siliki, was to work on the football development plan for 5 years. Work on that document with the late technical director, Henry Brown. Send that document to FIFA, it was approved. Siliki, when you have a plan, I said to the LFA, I said to the president, we have to be clear with the Liberian people and say, look, the team we have now for the next 2 years or 3 years, if we went to the nation called qualify, fine. But we are convinced that we got work to do. And you know, we got work to do. Until then, we're building a team. Let's give them the information so they don't come to the stadium with that expectation that the Nigerian team will be coming qualified. You have to work on the people's psychology first. You got to do an honest assessment. So we said grassroots football development was the way far. Let's go back to the 9, 10, 15 years old children. Sidiki, we started to do that. I just told you about the Wafu tournament. There were young children, Ali Nijade. Okay, they were 20, young kids. Scouts came and took 5 of them to Europe. Let's continue on that path. You don't start today, then you just come from all the countries tomorrow, you bring different things. That's why the LFA president does. I give you a recent example. They carried another under 20 team to Africa. A few days ago, again, they got another new under 20 team. We are bringing out a new under 15 team. We brought the guy from Canada, Ansu Keita. I don't know what he found. That team was doing so well. The former president even gave them, I think it was 30,000 or so after one of their games. The team was doing so well. The team even went to Austria, Europe. Some of the players signed there now. Sidiki. Some of the players are in Sweden and in other countries now. That team was being built. What happened? The president took the man from there. He made the man acting national team coach. The man coached 2 games for the national team against Africa. The third game, he fired the man. That whole youth program on ice. Sidiki, where you going with that kind of knee-jerk, you know, call it hey, plane? It doesn't work. The plane is on the boat, but you are deviating from the plane. Okay? That is the situation. That is the situation. You talking about motivation. Our local coaches, 95% of the local coaches on the national team, Sidiki, they're not on payroll. They're not on Monday payroll. Contract in, contract out. It's wrong. But we bring people from outside. We pay them the guy later in time for the women football. I'm told you being paid $50,000. Okay? Bring Gene Diba now the coach, they will pay Gene Diba less than $5,000. Bring Kehleboe for you program, you will not be on payroll the same for January, December, Tomakojo. Okay? These are the things that are affecting Liberian football. These are the issues that need to be addressed. Okay? We need to build capacity. Only us can develop ourselves. And these are the things I was pushing. I was on my own arranging games. I told you to go to Saudi Arabia. See when I win that game, you will not believe. The guys are doing everything to honor my that trip and said it was not true. In the executive committee meeting, the president of the LFA, Musa Raji, told executive committee members that he was in Morocco. He met the Saudi Arabia FA president, and the man said he's not aware of the game. He's not aware of what's going on. I said, really? He said, yes. I said, let me tell you something. The Saudi Arabia Football Association is not the LFA that you're micromanaging. It's not the LFA that you're micromanaging. It's a big institution that it gave people responsibility. That FA president, he's not involved with those levels. When he reach to approval, to get to him. So the Secretary General of the FA from Saudi Arabia called me. He said, but what's happening to your people? I said, what do you mean? He said, some people are calling you to do background. I said, yeah, because they doubt it. He said, really, they doubting you? I said, yes, they doubting me. They say it's not possible. But Sidiki, guess what? When they knew it was time now, the president are calling people, giving assignment, talking who should go on the trip, who shouldn't go on the trip. Minister Zoga Wezin was not part of that trip. He assisted Minister Toh was the one going on that trip. But they felt, Sidiki, that women have money. That was their understanding that there was a devil in the detail. You understand? That they women, they started people giving money. So just around the time to leave, they started removing people. Minister Wezin removed the assistant minister and put his on the trip. He was not head of delegation. I was the head of the delegation. We got to Saudi Arabia, they had a delegation car, Mr. Wezin gets in the car and leaves. So because me, I interact with the player, I don't have time for those kind of things. They give me, I don't get time for those things. I'm a humble man. So I came, the political guy came, said, but we're looking for you. I said, why? He said, but you are the head of delegation, the minister carry the car. And now your car. I said, no, they ain't take it. You know, they didn't carry it. So they said, but we're going to find you another car. They brought me one for you don't mind. I said, no problem. I went with my team, we went to the hotel. But let me tell you, they were on our way to Saudi Arabia. The goalkeeper, Charlo from West Point, to tell you how these people can be undermined, Sirigi. All we know, these people at the airport, you know, the boss said he couldn't find, they went to pick up the man in West Point, Sirigi. The man, when the man got on the bus from West Point, the man said he couldn't find a passport. These people knew who got trip to make. You know this, Sirigi? They left West Point, they said they come and check to the ATS in the net for the man passport. From there, they put the man on the plane, on the bus, they went to the airport, Sirigi. They went to the airport with that man without a passport. If you watch our gaming in Saudi Arabia, we only have one goalkeeper, Sirigi. It was so embarrassing. They gave a goalkeeper red card, and what the beginning, I will get it. One defender, he later signed in Spain. He's in Spain. That beginning, who was playing number 4 or something, who put in a goal. 10 against 11. That was an embarrassment. When you had the time to change that goalkeeper and put another goalkeeper on board to have a full team. Our country was, the people watch that game, the game was live all around the world. We live with that kind of embarrassment, a full national, only because people, when you are involved in something that is very progressive and they feel they are not the one, even if you get them all the courtesy, some people are like that, they just want everything to be about them, and around there, not them, they undermine everything. But we went to Saudi Arabia, and the government of Liberia against Sirigi, like I told you, provided the allowances. The Saudi government provided tickets and the lodging. I mean, they had the boys in the #1 international hotel in Riyadh. So your boys are riding business class. I pick up one again.
Mr. Smith. Mr.
Well,
Smith.
yeah.
Today, tonight, for all of us who are sports lovers, you have given a picture of a declining sports environment in Liberia.
Very declining. Very declining.
Is this as a result of Mustafa Haji, or is it just that we have not been able to effectively support our sports program generally?
The current situation, okay? You can have a listening leader. But Mustafa Haji is the emperor of new clothes. He working with our clothes, you say the clothes found on him. Okay? He has micromanaged the place. I want you to read, I don't know whether Tomalin will read the letter. Read the media manager resignation letter from the LFA. I will also send you the resignation letter of the Secretary General and other statements. All right? It's not Wilma Smith. These people are working there. Read, Sirigi, I got a letter. Let Tomalin read the letter before we continue to tell you how toxic the leadership is. Okay? Look, that headquarters got plenty of stories, Sirigi. Even when you settle the total cost here, the budget, you know, elevated budget got to be passed by Congress, Sirigi. Congress got to pass that budget.
What the cost for that headquarters? What the cost? The current cost?
The other report you have say the headquarters cost is 1.89 million. The LFA president said the headquarters are 1.5 million. But the LFA president spoke before the audit. The Secretary General, the one who was with him, signing the checks, had a press conference on the day they were dedicating that building. He was there. He was invited. I will send you the video tonight, Sirigi. I will send you the video because tomorrow or so, maybe you can bring Mustafa Haji and myself here or Zoga Wezi. Let me beat these people with the facts, and you will see how they will counter them. Okay? The Secretary General had a press conference with Mr. Raji misled the Liberian people. The headquarters cost was not 1.5. It was 1.89 because he took an unauthorized loan from GT Bank, 319,000, 25% interest rate. So you do the math, Sirigi. Then, to make matters worse, the auditor says 1.89. The company that built the place said the elevator owed them over 100,000 some more. So the elevator won't owe you that money. The people took down the court. See, you're not owing somebody money, you get a document, you just go submit a document. And you sure you're not owing the man. But you sign on all the paper for the man money, that to pay the man, you won't pay the man money. So that matter is at the debt code. The man himself sue a secretary general to the civil law court for defamation. They're going 2 years now, Sigi. 2 years plus, and the man follow up on a case. Because he has no case, he only wanted to silence the ball. And the man will not be silent.
So how you expect to build a vibrant LFA when there's no leadership? Everybody go against everybody. How do you guys expect to build?
Say that again.
How do you guys expect to build a vibrant leadership at LFA and to build a good football association when everybody's going against everybody? How do you guys expect to build that? Apparently, women is frozen. It appears to me, guys, that everybody going against everybody. Nobody to be trusted.
But you know what I think? The LFA must be lucrative. I know the LFA has a lot of money because
they do.
Wow,
they do.
Wow,
they do. They got a lot of money, bro. I like it. A lot of money come from FIFA.
Too much money, my man. What?
Wow.
So that
a lot of money come from FIFA.
The other 100,000 gone. The other one gone. Wow.
A lot of money comes from FIFA for them. They got money.
I hope tomorrow you can get Mustafa Rajiv for Saturday. I mean, these allegations are so strong, particularly so. Particularly so when you're going towards an election and you've been accused of this nature. I mean, I don't know. So there's no institution in Liberia that is safe.
Corruption.
When is the election?
I don't know, baby. When he comes back, he will tell us. But
I think I read 2026.
Wow. Yeah, that FIFA. Then I hope that. I hope FIFA have been that whole element.
Why you think they gotta keep fighting each other for this FIFA position?
Because I remember when at that time president, we are not thinking about President Benet. You know, LFA president, they fought that guy, they fought we are. Remember? I said, wasn't there fought the man? They said, what? And the man said, I'll be the president. And
Snow, all of them made a break from that place.
Perhaps we have been LFA president, maybe we don't have wrong guy in the politics, so who knows?
Yeah. It's sad, you know.
I mean, I don't know, but I mean, look, Liberia is a rich country because the kind of money people can plug in that country, not joke.
Is there any way we can get that letter from LACC?
I put some letter in the chat room. Check it there, Sidiki. Some communication there.
Let me see.
They got money in that place. They got a lot of money.
We got money.
Yeah, we got a lot of money.
Mr. Nango, you see LFA, eh?
I mean, I haven't really paid much attention to the management of
sports. That's why I keep telling the look, I'm saying this thing. We gotta get serious. Like, bro, if we play the fool 2029, we'll regret it. Please do the same people there. Yeah.
But the thing is, honestly, I don't know the guy, but I know you have had a lot of problems with, disagreeing with President Myean, and I mean, they've had a lot of problems. They have not been able to work together, and this same old back and forth thing. So, it's just been going on like that. But he had a lot of problems with them. I know he had President Myean one time describing his son, and I think they had some kind of hot Mustafa. He and President Myean had I don't know, their friendship went sour, I think people will say. And then from there, it's just been a lot, stuff going on. But that's it, brother. How it is in that country.
But while waiting for the man to rejoin us, earlier today, the Liberian Council of Churches said they were honoring the speaker and the former speaker. And Councilor Pearl Brown Boo went to take reward, but I thought Kofa said he never sent her. She was not representing him. He had not spoken to us in November last year. So because he said he declined the invitation. So he why she want to go. I mean,
well, let you issue a statement. That would be very good if you can issue a statement. But I think the council of churches, I think they messed up. I mean, why people just sell even their spirit, their faith, just because of instant gratification? Why people would do that? Does that man deserve any honor for peace? Does he deserve it? This man created a whole issue. He was telling people to bust Yeke car. The man that received the award for him was the one busting for the Kofa door. I mean, he deserved anything. What? I mean, it's a joke that even the body that you expect to be so sacred and all of that will represent the country, come and say the truth. They're all the regime religious leader. So this is a regime council of churches. They're not really there to really enforce peace or to work with the people. They are just there because of what they can get. Because you got half of the people there on the council of churches on different boards and getting money. They shouldn't even be doing that. And that's why you see happening now.
Well, when you said about mattress, what you said about mattress today? I forgot. What you said about mattress?
He says, look out to the mattress money.
What kind of mattress money?
Look, my man, look, let me frank.
What mattress money now?
The bro football association at that level. Instead of
but Sigi, what the mattress for?
Well, they were trying to develop the under 16 or some level team, and they were giving in the budget they had 16,000 for some pieces of mattresses that would have gone for the camp. And Zoga said, well, the people can sleep on mat, they need mattress. So he collected the money. Can you imagine? So look, let me honest. So anyway, he's back now. My man, look, I don't know. Do we cancel the whole LFA? So you're saying that the government?
Sirigi, 1 minute. Tomalin, I just sent you the video of the second interview. Can you play it so that people can hear?
Let me see.
And can you read those documents for the public to hear, please? Very important.
The guy that my man and I in the studio. I don't know the ever. My phone grand low. Emma.
I don't get it, but let me ask you: will you support? Of course, you will now. Who you think you'll be supporting in the April 26th election? Since you say since you say you're not going to be running, who you think can change this whole trajectory? How can this be changed?
No, I did not tell you I'm not going to be running. He asked me whether I want to be president. I said no.
Oh, okay. Will you be running for any? Will you be running for any position?
I was an asylum before, so for me to run again, it can rule it out. But the issue now is not for elections, Sirigi. When elections start coming.
The reason why we are concerned now is you said part of the problem that LFA faces is leadership problem. The current leadership cannot listen. So in other words, perhaps if we have a very effective leadership, maybe the situation could change. So now we try to see who then can be the one who can step in to rescue, because that way
the progressive forces were Macamé when the time comes. The progressive forces were Macamé and will resolve that issue. Somebody play the video, please. We can't treat the Laban people like they're supposed to be reality. Please. Sirigi, we have the coalition of the willing. I'm the chairman of the coalition of the willing. We are united.
So, Mr. Usman, it is true that you attacked Mr. Wilson in the CDC chat room. Did you attack Mr. Wilson in the CDC chat room?
Mr. Wilson?
Yeah, did you attack him in the CDC chat room?
No, I did not attack Mr. Wilson. I share I said, Mr. Wilson, just in a panic move and a reactionary move. By the time I share the release in the chat room, Mr. Wilson, you came for me, Tomalin. Yeah, you are the brain behind all this. You all kind of things. I say, question my credible repetition. Zoga Wilson say, and that's a bit talking about credibility. Zoga Wilson, he did that. He got to be truthful to you, Tomalin. He knows.
Okay,
you know, he knows.
Let my phone.
But you need to ask him for the matter of money. Tomalin, I'm the national team matter of money. From the start, how do you feel? I'm the way the rest the president gave a national team player the COVID. How many bags he took? Somebody ask your friend, bring it on with me.
Someone asking what?
I mean, not today now. I mean, I would like to meet these people, you know, Sligi.
But I mean, so you should provide evidence. You're not showing evidence. All the decisions you are making against Mr. Wilson.
I didn't provide evidence. I gave you fact. I said, Zoga Wilson means that you were supposed to say, on second corner, what if I president administrator, the controller, he said, "Want hold the money, took the money." He said, "You keep the money on the train leader academy, and then you buy the market." The train leader academy, how many years they both get a play carriers, but that money can be accountable. That was the Wilson say a lie, and the evidence thing will start. Look, Tomalin, how would you be producing evidence? How you can produce evidence? They didn't want to say, according to the second corner, the vice president of administration. Let us say a lie. Then you will see, I'll bring an email then.
Yeah, but,
you know,
for 3 years, you work with Mustafa Haji. How then now can you separate yourself from all of the irregularities and wrongdoing that you mentioned that he
you're not even fighting. Ask for our stakeholders. When our vice president was having regular press conferences, my records are clean. When I go to the state committee meeting, I raise issues, and the president, anytime the president took unilateral action, I went against it on the record.
But
so for me,
but the president made you to fire the media manager for $20.
Who media manager? The media? No, I was out there. I left the elevator I left the elevator more than 2 years before the manager resigned. Like 1 year. No. I was out there. I didn't fire no media manager.
The man claimed in a letter that you were told to fire. You were instructed to fire him. The letter is there.
Read the letter. Why you can't read the letter?
I read it.
No, I read the part. Say I told them. No. You know that second question the man referred.
The opening part got the man resigned after he said earlier on Rajia instructed you pay to fire him because of $20 and a laptop or an iPad.
No, that mean Musa second corner read that letter go. Now we must not true. Read that thing. I wrote the email to halt that investigation. I wrote that email, the email that will show that you know why I wrote the email. You know why the man giving $20 for Sidiki? The man not giving $20 you have a scratch card. It is disgraceful and shameful. When we got the COVID-19 money for FIFA, we did the allotment. We allotted $11,000 for the media department to buy equipment. As the LFA, what I'm money, and the money came, Sidiki, we divide the money. They want to go there, they want to go there. 11,000 to buy equipment for the LFA media office to have it equipped. That was not done. They gave that man $20 years to go rent iPad, Sidiki, to rent iPad to carry LFA game live. Can you imagine? So the man said somebody in the same office, the other guy was anonymous to borrow him the laptop, Sidiki. So the man used that $20, bought $20 scratch card. You know, if you carry football game live for 1 hour, 30 minutes, or 2 hours, Sidiki. And because they were looking for fault on the man, he said the $20 was not giving the man to buy a scratch card. It was giving the man to rent tablet. If you read that, something good. You call the man, you see my email. I said, do you want the public to hear this thing that you gave your media officer $20 to rent Appa to cover elephant league. So the board did not steal the money. All the $20 scratch card, thankfully he kept the cards league. He presented the card with all the number, the series number. Because the man was orange, he confirmed all. That's how embarrassing it is to work with this man. How do you treat your media manager that way? $20 US. You say Bennett has to investigate it, man. And you know what it is, Ricky? They never copy me on the emails. You know how much the investigation going on? When the media manager was responding finally, that how he copied me. That how I read all the things. I said, oh, what been going on here?
So, Mr. Smith,
yeah.
With all your years at the executive level and the very important roles you have played, can you provide an estimate of how much the LFA have been able to infuse in the local league, particularly so the Premier League, the IE, the Barrow? To what extent have they been supportive of those things development? Because today, IE, Barrow, they no more. They're gone. I mean, no St. Joseph, no nothing. The Premier League is almost like nothing. Liberians were trooped to the video clubs and stuff, the Wild Foreign League, and nothing, no attraction. What's happening? So,
Siriki, I tell you this. For example, when the COVID, we gave subvention. When I took over the LFA, when we took over our leadership, the first thing we decided to do, Siriki, because we want to help the clubs, Orange Liberia was the sponsor of both the National League and the FA Cup. So the people sponsoring the national team, Siriki, they sponsored the FA Cup and the National League for 89,000 United States. Who felt that was too small? Because how much going to get to the clubs? So we sat down. We had a meeting with Orange Liberia and the guy from France, the financial guy, very seasoned guy. They had their awards night at City Hall. And Dogs Bell was the sponsor of that. But the first thing we did, we canceled that FA Cup sponsorship from Orange League. We took it from Orange. We gave it to Petrol Trade to bring money to help the clubs. Look, the COVID, I think the club got around 15,000 each in two segments, US dollars. So we try to look for money so that it go back to the clubs. When the subvention comes, the club get money. When the local league sponsorship come, the club get some money. Okay? So that you give them subsidy to help them. So those are the things we're doing. Orange Liberia, we said that for they agreed and stepped up the money. Even the awards, I told them, if you can't bring money, you can't come to our award program again. You can't bring your Orange Liberia check, all the things. We're going to be marketing you for free. That's how Orange infused millions of dollars into the award. That's how you even get a car for the female category. I'm telling you, call the Mustafa Raji, the rest of the LFA people, Vice President Sekou Kone was part of that negotiation. Easy Percy Yeke and I, three of us, led that negotiation to get additional money. So that is why, for me, we are very involved with. Okay? It's about grassroots, it's about football, because we got passion for football. Okay? We used to be like 8 a.m. in the morning, those days, I used to be with Yasa. We can't wait to play third division game, they play Eastern League game, before they play the second division, before they play the first division. And those days, first division game will even run up to 8 in the night league, but the fee will be back. I remember when Yasa, my team played junior professional in 1995. In 1995, when we got to the stadium, Siriki, the stadium was jam-packed. The foundation of the stadium shook. I was playing St. Joseph Warrior that day. Nyenwolo produced a hat-trick that day. But when we got on the field, Siriki, we saw people on the field. They said they got intelligence that people are bringing bomb on the field. So they told everybody to go home. By that time, the youth and sport ministry was on Nippo Street, Siriki. On Nippo Street, where they got fire service somewhere there now. The two teams, they told the teams to march the youth and sport to wait. Siriki, after 2-3 hours, the Egmont people said the play was clear, you know. And the people, junior pro won't play, Yasa won't play, because those are the two teams that were undefeated in the second division league at that time. It was Yasa and junior pro that won first division together. We marched on that field from Nipo Street, Siligi. By the time the people heard that the Kings were going to be played back in less than 30 minutes, I don't know what the human being came for. That stadium was jam-packed, and Yasa lost 1-0 that day. Formula scored the goal. Nyenwolo, St. Joseph won again 3-2 that day. Nyenwolo produced a hat-trick. Those are the days I had the privilege to see Liberian football. The Garguah generation, the group after the Garguah, the Prince Day, the Amagashi. So we go to football with that passion, Siligi. Okay? So we go there for. And that is why the coalition of the willing will ensure that the LFA do not go back to where it comes from. Siligi, the only thing we are talking about here is the audit report. Because the auditors are independent people. Now me here are saying the truth. Somebody will say, I get personal issue, right, Siligi? But the auditors are professional people.
But listen, the audit report was influenced by an also, but it wasn't like the GSC audit, the LFA. It was a student pressure.
There was what? Influence?
I'm coming now.
By whom?
The current situation at LACC was raised as a result of SUP own concern, right? Not as a result of perhaps the GSC investigation of LFA management of government funding.
That's it. Have you read SUP petition? SUP is referencing that other report and said based on the other report that says the LFA cannot account for the government contribution to the national team, the LFA must be investigated. That SUP petition there. Don't mind how a headquarters in a running way. Okay?
Mr. Smith, let me ask you.
Mr. Smith, okay, we're about to end, so let me just. But let me say this though.
So,
no, because the guy's not in the studio, so I mean.
Okay, but please, that's the former secretary. He was the secretary under Raji. That's Isaac Montgomery there. That program was the dedication of the headquarters. I'm providing all of these documents and documentary, so you see how transparent I am.
Let me ask you a short question and just short answer. But why can't you guys take this issue to FIFA? Why you can take the issue? You have a problem, Raji, you can take the FIFA.
No. There have been communication with the FIFA. Look, FIFA and the government, FIFA allow government to support national association. Okay? So the government cannot interfere into the LFA league and clubs issue that interfere and FIFA will ban the country. If LSCC is investigating of FIFA money, that would be a violation. FIFA will step in. Okay? You see, FIFA and not issue no statement. FIFA knows about this investigation. Okay? It is the government. When the government get you money, when your government get you money, the national government money, you have to account for it. FIFA doesn't see that as interference. So I want you to get that picture. The issue about is not a FIFA money. It's not a FIFA subvention. It is the government of Liberia contribution to the national team.
Are you supporting Anthony Kaseku against Mustafa? Are you supporting him?
Supporting Kaseku against Mustafa?
Yeah.
Is Kaseku a candidate for a presidential election? Is there a presidential election now? Tomalin, we got to lead this small issue and deal with the main issue. Kaseku is not a candidate. Mustafa Raji is.
Kasa is running. Kasa is running next year against Mustafa.
Well, when the time comes, the election committee is set up, people apply, we know those who apply, those who are qualified. Until then, for me, it's about the LFA, it's not about election. Kaseku is the former vice president for operation of the Liberian Football Association. He's not a speaker of the Liberian football. Okay? Wilma Smith is the former vice president of the Liberian Football Association. There are other stakeholders. The other day, Senator.
Wilma Smith, then why you keep on electing Mustafa and then now you? Because your last election, you did not win. You're defeated.
You say why you keep electing Mustafa and not me? Yeah. I didn't want that. Mustafa and everyone against Israel. That's number one. Number two, there was a conspiracy. Okay? It was a conspiracy. To the extent that on the election, the Musa member say he called me or he said, what is number on that something? Then he called himself. While God and said, but why you call? Oh, are you a call? You know, he had thick listing, they all kind of thing. For me, Tomalin. Look at the difference. When Women Smith was at the election 4 years ago, Sirigi, all the other reports are unqualified opinion. All the other reports are unqualified opinion. I tell you this, Mustafa did not want Women Smith and Sekou Kone. Later on, he started with Sekou Kone at the election. You know what Mustafa did? Mustafa did a scheme. I'm giving you facts. I will send you the document again. The FIFA auditor scheme. And Mustafa recommended that the people should put Sekou Kone and myself on sanction, FIFA sanction. The auditors respond. When you see the auditor respond, you know that professional people Tomalin. That report key, nobody was hiding the report, Sirigi. I laid my hand on that report. I read that report. Then I sent it to the Executive Committee chat room. I said, "Do you people read it?" I said, "Oh." I said, "You see the trouble myself." So if the auditor had not said this is unprofessional, this thing got no merit. Whatever we say now, we have FIFA ban out. We had to go to Executive Committee meeting to discuss that issue. Time to make decision, Mustafa brought some communication. He said, "One Mudigi." The media manager mentioned that in a letter. I think you read that. He brought that. He said, Mudigi wrote us that I won't forget it. I said, Mustafa, how Mudigi might know that they think on our agenda today? It's sure that you did it. You know? And for me, from that point, Tomalin, I knew, you know, working with somebody very dangerous. Because all you have in your life, Sirigi, is your name. You know what it means to put you on FIFA something for no reason, Sirigi? Eh? The whole world see you as a common criminal. Tomalin, so if somebody will attempt to do that, it tells you the length they can go. So for me, Tomalin, it's not about power. I serve the LFA, I serve so well, I left on there with a blank check, no scandal, no manina in any other report, and overall, our leadership as a team, for the time I stay over there, our other reports from the auditors were always unqualified opinion. When we left now, you having qualified opinion. You having now, you can't account for government money because we're there mounting the pressure, Tomalin. We were mounting the pressure.
So we have invited.
So now at least you have a clear idea that this petition comes from soup, and all the petition says, according to the audit report, LACC, please look into the government contribution. Please make the LFA to tell us how much the government, what they do with the money. Just look at a very
but Sube also accused you.
So now we have invited.
Also accused you.
We are invited.
But Tuesday, I'm a president. It's I'm very Sirigi. Sirigi. I went from there. I go in there.
Mr. Smith,
I'm very so waiting.
Mr. Smith.
Sirigi.
Mr. Smith, we have invited the LFA president. We have reached out to the LFA president. Hopefully, we'll have him either tomorrow or Sunday. We have invited him and also Mr. Connor. So we invited them to so they can share their own perspective on what been said. But I want to ask you a question quickly. I know the last time.
Yeah, don't forget to ask Mr. Connor what the 16,000 is okay wasn't talk. Ask Mr. Connor about that money they want for tournament.
I remember you sue my former network Spoon. You sued Spoon. And what is the start of that case right now?
So your CEO was found guilty. He's on bad denial. Spoon FM collected a fake bond so that the stadium will be open. The insurance company filed a bill of information to the court, informing the court that letterhead Spoon presented did not come from them. And so the bill of information argument was held. It was established that the bond Spoon obtained to open the stadium was fraudulent. And so the judge set the bond aside, that the bond be stricken, and that we return to status quo, meaning Spoon supposed to be closed. Spoon ran upstairs again to the Supreme Court on a certiorari. And after some time, the justice in Chima, Justice Kaba, declined to issue the writ in Spoon's interest because they had no merit. So he sent it back to the lower court, instructing the judge to go ahead and execute the mandate. The judge had read the mandate of the Supreme Court. The case had officially been assigned. We're waiting for the next assignment for action. I stand up with us, he knows that. And Tomalin, I'm going to show you all these people who are involved in slanderous action on my person and character. I'm going after them and I will go after. I got all the documentary. I'm an activist.
I also learned that the current government, the current UP government, is trying to use your case, because Mr. Wallace have been very vocal on them. He's been taking them to tax. So now I'm hearing information reaching me that they are trying. Well, let me finish now. Information I heard. Yes, that the UP government is trying to use you to go after Mr. Witherspoon, because they're trying to shut down his station. So because he's been very, very critical of them, and now they're trying to use your case to close section or Stanton Witherspoon or Spoon Network down. It is true.
Look, Tomalin, Siriki, everybody here using me now. Look, it's so funny. When I took the action on Spoon, you were still with Spoon. The Union Party issued a statement that day, you remember that, and said I was being used. My legitimate case, I was thrown under the bus. I was wrongfully dismissed. The court have established that I was wrongfully dismissed. I've instructed the government to reinstate me and pay me all my money. That has not been done. I was wrongfully dismissed. The Union Party said I was being used by the CDC. Siriki is there, he knows. Your vice chairman, you know. I spoke with no CDC official. Siriki there, you know the battle we can do. I took my own independent decision, but they said citizen used me. Now, they said the action was wrong then. Why would they come to me now and I will intercede? Now, Tomalin, my case is a clear case. I did not delay my case. It's a Spoon lawyers who are trying to buy town. They try to hang the case up to the Supreme Court. It did not happen because the evidence against Spoon are very strong. And Spoon is not denying. Spoon is asking that the big panel be granted immunity as a media institution. That's their pleading. And when you're a media institution, you must act responsibly. Okay? So we're going to get there, and I know Spoon FM will be closed. The law will take its course. So I am not aware. I've not spoken to government people.
It's a lie. The party have the forces to face Spoon. But John Lobo, even though, but you know, Sonny, when Mr. Smith leave, I'll respond because I'll tell you the truth though. For the fact that government ministers are now telling the interviewers, they are not interviewing their fellow ministers, it shows that you guys are losing the battle. So I think because nowhere we have seen where the officials of government in position, they are not telling to become journalists to interview each other. Losing the battle.
You say what John Lobo said? You say what John Lobo said?
So he's saying, when I asked you, he says a lie. He says a lie that you're not using.
You know, Tomalin, you cannot, public relations cannot substitute public policy. Okay? Tomalin, if you're wearing a beautiful jacket, anybody see that jacket, you can say beautiful. The people who see it will say beautiful. Okay? So if you face good road, the people walking on that road, the people driving and say, yeah, the road is very good. If the people eat a stomach fill, now you will say the people go for, and the people say, will tell you they are lack. But people can be hungry, then you say the people stomach fill. So PR can substitute public policy. But we'll talk that another time, you know? But it's been a wonderful time.
My last question before I let you go. I know you were David director of religious, and what a guy named, so a guy that used to go on Spoon, what your name, man? What the guy accused you?
Alex Williams.
What your name?
Alex Williams.
Yeah, Alex Williams. He accused you of a lot of stuff, and that thing, I think caused the president we had to even suspend you and dismiss you. And
Yeah, very he was some mischievous and dangerous young man.
So what is?
I sue him as well. I sue him. I sue him for 700,000. He was a ring before the court. That case is on as well.
So the charges against you alleges all were just manufactured.
They were all, they never happened. Look, Tomalin, I left Lady how many years now? Why some allegations show one receipt? You know, other thoughts were going there, Sirigi. I've been on a lady over 3 years. There's new people that keep because the Union Party go and now supporting me. They were joining the line. So they will be happy to expose me to Tomalin. Tomalin have been in the country since then. All the millions people are talking about, they can't prove none. But you need to see the Echo Bank investigative report to tell you why LS, you know, Mandy Cody has been found guilty, right? You know, I sue Mandy Cody as well, eh? He has been found guilty. They'll pay $100,000 to me.
Overdue?
You see,
of course, yes.
For what?
For the same defamation and blackmail. Martin and Ellis Williams, I sued them along with Echo Bank. Okay? You need to see the Echo Bank investigative report. I will share that with you, Tiriki. So you know that this country people are hateful. This boy, there was a grand conspiracy to incriminate me. There was a guy in the Echo Bank employee that gave me a bank statement that they were authoring. And to make their lives believe they carry that man's time to put all the BB numbers there and say, we must have stolen today. We must have done this today. Until say Samuel to myself transfer 2 million to our secret account in Ivory Coast.
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
Every time we go to Echo Bank, say, oh, we're investigating. When the 2 million issue came on now, it was very alarming. The issue statement that they saying, no 2 million, our own account, but that was late. And then later on now, Tomalin, they launched our own investigation because we reported the case and they found out that yes, indeed, the action was coming from their bank, from their own employee. I was saying the dismissal letter, everything that Echo Bank gave the man, and stated it in the letter, along with the investigative report. On the basis that I sued them for 700,000 for damages. So that's what I'm doing here. That's what I'm doing here. We are setting the record straight.
You get a lot of money, your money will keep coming.
The money not the issue. The issue is about prosperity. For people to just intentionally conspire, just launch a stinging attack on you. Everywhere you pass, put your lie on you. You know, it's the U.S. ambassador McCarthy in one FM and said there is no sense of money missing. He said that politicians stay away from the sense of you people are not saying the truth. But nobody could listen at that time because they were going for Wilmer Smith neck. Wilmer Smith to leave. They said the censor was messed up. But today, guess what? The censor is internationally acclaimed. It is a data. All the people condemn the censor, Sirigi, and you had the central bank before, and the data they're using. IMF, MCC scorecard, all of that, they censor are presided over. So the people need to bring country chicken and gummy because I deliver the country now.
Your Ghani will be after we receive Raji and Corner tomorrow and hear what they have to say. After that, probably we'll either give you a gun or perhaps we'll ask you to take out your slippers.
So,
yeah.
Mr. Smith,
yeah,
you still a member of CDC?
What do you mean by still? Do you have a record of me resigning? I'm not Zoga Wazin. I'm not Zoga Wazin. Who benefit from job we are still here and say he plays safe now.
But Zoga still member of CDC. He resigned on CDC.
So you're not understanding me. I say I'm not Zoga Wazin who playing fifth. I don't play fifth. Okay? I got if for anybody who goes to work on a CDC automatically should be Wilmer Smith. Because I was too under the boss. Sidiki knows. He knows. The second one, there wasn't cooking.
We gave you the seat to contest, but much rather you decline it. So
please. So Tomalin, let's leave party business. Because some of us don't know how to play double standard. You know, the consolidation of the opposition committee is very important. Very important. So I was in fact on the census Tomalin, if you monitoring Sierra Leone now, Sierra Leone coming out another decennial census. Sierra Leone coming out 3 census in less than 2 years. They failed on the digital census. The World Bank withdrew from the process. The first digital census in Sierra Leone. Liberia passed. Ghana did it 2 times. Nigeria had postponed the census 6 times. Pakistan, all these countries were involved in the 2020 round of census. Liberia came out very high. Even the Kenyan census had issue. Isn't that something to commend us for, that Liberia indeed got professional people here? We did a one-star job for you people.
I want to commend you for your service to the country. Yeah, I mean, for once you work for the country, no matter in what capacity,
we are legacy people. We are legacy people
who work for the country, and at least our sensors and so forth that we can use today and so forth. We want to say thank you. But Mr.
Very reasonable document.
Mr. Smith,
I will share them with you, Tomalin. So you look at the thematic area and see the strategic interventions that need to be made. I thought the Russian government, while working on our arrest agenda, were taking that document. That document. That document is rich.
You know, we ran out of time because you brought something down, but we'll save it for another day, because we talk about certain condition. People have a problem that who advised. I mean, our beautiful PHP park. They said that those who advised the Peabody there was by the ocean was they give they advised the government at the time, but we'll keep that for another day.
Those are cheap political talk. You been to Dakar, Tomalin? The park is along the beach. That idea came from Senegal. Go there and see.
But because of that, because of what they built, that one come now. LT I heard and they are going in the ocean, deep in the ocean, to in order, because they're gonna they almost try to dismantle the park, but people said no, you can't do it.
The people on LTA, they were not working there on the.
I'll go jog in the morning, so that park is so beautiful. But these people
who are the technicians, they were there when they were building that thing. There's not an excuse, Tomalin. There's not an excuse, but that park will be safe. That thing is very good for the country.
Oh yeah, I love the park.
You are building the invisible park. You were there. You were there, Tomalin. I remember for the first time you walked with me on the field and said, "But if they can call you for the gear, then me everything for talking against you that lie." You remember when we were opening the invisible park?
I remember, yeah.
That place, people said, "Sidiki, I'm an agavist." I remember everything. That place, the boys that the airplane are going to be falling down there. That's all. You know, look at the Wampi highway. They said, well, it's a death trap. It's a death trap. But all the things they put container, why they dedicating? That's why they're dedicating proudly. So for me, I don't want to talk politics.
Yeah, by the way, I want to thank you. Thank you so
we can talk politics, but I want to sign a caveat. Okay. It's good that you bring in Mr. Raji and Professor Connor. But if you keep bringing us one, it might sound like, everybody holding our position. Ask these people to bring us face to face. You put us on the line together. I want them.
Y'all can pay for the show on Sunday.
I want them on the line with me. I want Musa Raji on the line. Y'all bring on the line.
Let's see that.
With the record.
Pay for the show on Sunday. It will be exclusive. We can bring you a Zoga. Pay for the show Sunday.
You owe me Ghani, so give me that one as a cutter. Give me that show. Bring the people. Bring the people.
What's the
pay for the show Sunday, 3 hours. You and Zoga.
What's the thank you for coming tonight?
No, I only want Zoga. The man said tomorrow you're bringing Mr. Raji and Professor Connor, which is good. That the public hear that perspective. But it will be better. It will be better that Mr. Raji sit on the line. I'm on the line. Mr. Wilson on the line, and the things we're talking when I say my own, that it may counter it. You understand somebody? Then you see who's saying the truth.
Okay.
All right? And when Mr. Raji comes to asking what the total cost for that LFA headquarters, you will say that they see 1.5 million. It's shameful. Like, bro, the first country that pay headquarters, football headquarters, no cost, Ricky. The first country. Why are you embarrassing the country like that? You tell the train you carry them Mauritania. It's cheating. The budget of the LFA has not been passed. They want to throw furniture and put in the LFA headquarters, violating all the standards there. Okay? You violating the financial manual. So when Mr. Kone can ask him about the situation, the recommendation to the FIFA, all the talk about him myself to be banned, ask Mr. Kone that question whether it never happened.
Okay.
Please ask Mr. Kone that question. 2 questions from Mr. Kone. That question and the Zoga waiting 16,000. Please don't forget, ask him and let him say Allah.
Okay.
Let him say Allah. When he say Allah, please refer to me.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Okay, please ask Raji on the elephant quarter and the money loan the government gave me. If he ask him, was there anything we see 370,000 go Morocco, US dollars? Okay.
We'll ask the question, but once they thank you though, thank you. And
ask him about the Fulham men who he can qualify for the national team. Who other right to be qualified for Fulham men? Ask him that question. Ask him whether he did not submit fake school documents to Adolf Johnson and Safwa Megwe. Ask him those questions. Don't say what. Ask him for me, please.
Okay, thank you so much. And
thank you, my brother.
We'll stay in touch with you. Thank you so much.
It was nice having you tonight, man.
Thank you.
Mama, where you at tonight? In PA?
In Arizona, my man.
If in Arizona, you can go to all the baby shower, then you say Arizona.
Okay, brother. Man, Liberia, interesting country.
I tell you.
But George Lobo, let me say, John Lobo. Look, when government officials not panelists on spoon were there, that's wrong. That's not true. No government official or panelists on spoon. I think the only person out there maybe what I said do. But yeah, the minister, but I will say, but right now, the entire Liberian government. I'm surprised they don't say you are lawmaker. You shouldn't be on spoon as a panelist. I mean, on Club Reloaded as a panelist. But for the fact that you guys are now reduce yourself to panelists on your closing, your club playing the role of the media now, they shows that you guys are running into a problem. And it's just year 2. So I know what you guys are doing, but it doesn't look good. Because you guys asking each other a question. It's just say, you guys can go get each other. You bring up man tell you say you get the corridor rule. But they to be fixed. So you're just having you're having that the Kev can say you're having that what Kev can say you're having that amnesia. You're having that you're massaging each other.
To be honest with you, the Clouds Reloaded, I mean, it's obvious. It's an attempt to salvage a feeling.
Exactly.
A feeling. Why would they see the need? Why would they not allow the independent media to report progress about the government?
John Lobo, come on a closing argument tomorrow or Sunday. Come in. Can't defend your government. Come. Can't tell us about Garguah. We're ready to come. Can't defend your can't defend everything. I don't think you want to closing argument at this moment because right now, Siligi there now, we're now reinforced. We got Mr. Nangwe, we got Jerome, and all the radical guys, they're there now. So it won't be easy for you. Yeah, so you come in.
The reality is
you can't the guy will stretch you. Don't. Hey, Cholobo. John P. Lobo. But you know something? On a serious note, they bought defender the UP. When I bought defender UP, they bought.
But is it part of the closing argument?
Eh?
Is it part of the Class Reloaded, or he just?
I don't know, but I haven't seen that. But I know he had his own program called the ride. I don't call it the drive through. Then later on, he had a program. That's
what happened. That's what the people do in China and North Korea. That closing argument thing, they have the only thing that people listen to in our country that the government say. So to the extent, one time in Korea,
but Sidiki, Uncle Dio, what they're trying to do now? They're trying to because what they're doing now? They're trying to usurp the function of the independent media because you're not having enough. They got the Mika press briefing every Tuesday and Thursday. Then they got an executive mansion press briefing that Kula did today, and then you got Class Reloaded. So now it's like.
And they got LBS.
They got LBS too. So I mean, but it's a risky business because you know what happens if you cannot deliver the people will start turning against you. Now, there will come a time, so many guys are appearing there, they won't be able to come there again because
eventually they will be labeled as Radio Kigali.
Exactly. So because you guys say you're not coming on Spoon no more, on Closing Argument no more, so you have your own platform. Good for y'all. But
because
now,
they do not want to be independently engaged. For example, if you bring the Minister of Foreign Affairs on Class Reloader, of course you're going to tell the questions to be asked.
Exactly. You ask us
to be there.
You ask us question. You ask us making a tough question.
Saying what should be. For example, if you were to bring the aviation guy or the airport on Class Reloader, but you're not going to ask and say, oh, was it because of pothole that the thing bust? Or you rather say, oh, the president want to just stop the plane in the middle of the plane, get out from there and see how the grass looking. That's what you're going to say.
Ahmed and Mr. Nangwe, it has been 24 hours since the president last year on the president's flight. I mean, I've seen different versions of reports coming. One report yesterday said, well, the pothole that bust the tire. Another version said it was a landing gear problem. And then I don't know. They said the press secretary said something today also. That the president was calm. But yet and still, and no action has been taken since the incident occurred. No action has been taken. So I don't. You guys waiting. I don't know where are we.
The Minister of Public Affairs, if I'll just join me, I think for Anthony Kessley, if his status is correct, wrote today to say. I don't know, Brussels or
Ascot.
They are running in, taking the passengers. In other words, dismissing the concern.
Exactly.
I mean, like everything must be political. Everything must be something that scores a point or something that says this and all of those things. What if the contrary of what happened is happening, or even worse? What will we be saying? Or let's say a private aircraft. What if airpiece or so are coming earlier than the president's flight and something wasn't happy with people's lives? And then a minister comes out to say, oh, planes are rushing in. What is that?
That was wrong. That was wrong.
But I was just gonna mention look, I listened to part of what the press secretary said. So
okay. What you said?
Yeah. Well, basically, what you said, the president sound whatever, and she did, but in denying, she did admit that there was a tire problem. That she affirmed, but either way you slice it, whether it was a gear problem, which is a maintenance problem, or whether there was a tire problem as a result of potholes on the tarmac, that is also a problem. So either way you put it. There is a negligence problem, and the government, as we indicated yesterday, this president is not going to say anything or do anything about it. So many calls have come in. Almost everybody is echoing what we are saying, that the president has to set example, because his appointees now, they're not afraid of him. I mean, we witnessed recently what happened at MCSS. We were talking about that yesterday, where this lady, in spite of the charges, she was invited by LSC. She refused, and she began defiant and combative when it went to bring her in. Yes, so these people are not afraid. I read something from the airport. Even my friend Anthony Kessley is saying that how do we expect flight to start to be resumed when there are potholes? Potholes take time to repair. Even if you patch them, they take time to dry up. So is he going to tell us to believe that within less than 24 hours, the potholes that were on the top, they have been repaired? So, it's really, really very surprising what this government, has reduced itself to. But the sum total of what they're doing really is negligence or incompetence or both. The messaging has a problem as well. There's not synchronizing the messages. They're talking on both sides of the mouth. But I haven't seen an official, unanimous government statement coming out from this. The president granted an interview right after the incident. And
he didn't mention it.
You never mentioned it. Even the BBC reported that.
Yeah,
The
the BBC
president
said
did
that
not
was
mention
any
it.
gear. The BBC came out different story, you know. But the thing is that look, we like John the woman said this. Look, I wish the president well, and as a Christian, you may not even you support somebody, but once the president is the president of the nation, the Bible teaches us that you gotta pray for our leaders. So when I pray, I always say God should give the president wisdom to govern our country in the right direction. I mean, when the politics don't come, we'll talk that one about. You cannot. I would never tell you I wish the president NNA will. I would never do that. I would never tell you I want this government to fail. No, I'm not that kind of person. I'm a nationalist. I'm a patriot. In fact, tomorrow, this weekend, Sunday or so, we'll do a special show to support Liberia bid for the UN Security Council seat. I will issue. I'll be writing a post on my personal page to express my support for Liberia bid for the UN Security Council seat. I would love to Liberia to win that seat on the 3rd of June, and we'll celebrate Liberia for such historic status, because you'll be sitting on at the 15-member council with the 5 prominent members: Great Britain, China, France, America, and Russia. Our ambassador will be sitting with them, even though when they have a vote, any of the 5 prominent members can veto the vote, but the ideal Liberia will be at that table. So I support it. I wish President work out well. I praise God that nothing happened to him yesterday. He landed safely. But what we are saying tonight is that we all travel there. So now we just keep on Liberia. He traveled. I seen Rawafi. Myself, I can go to. I'll be a land. I seen Rawafi. So I can't wish bad when I know I seen airport depend on the land. I want an airport to be fixed. I want the best. But my concern is that for the president to have the political will to act now, not the first time, not the second time, not the third time either. There's about time that the president take a decision, be decisive. And the management team should be here, because I don't care what he can say. There should be no reason why we have potholes on the wrong way. No way. It should not be. No way. I don't care what they say. No, there's no justification for that. Because every day, like when the airport we got, every day that airport runway should be checked. And because if Ethiopian Airlines and other airlines say they start flying our country, it affect all of us. I mean, we'll start taking plane to go all around wherever we go Liberia. The fares will be high. So there's no point to say we support against anything negative for the airport, for the country. I want the government to succeed. I want the government to be prosperous, to show that, to deliver for us. For instance, light. If we got light in the country, if we invest, we do investment in Liberia, we gotta be buying fee for generator. When you go Liberia, the people that if you're renting a hotel somewhere, they'll bring the price down because they got light. But so we cannot wish bad. I want the best. I want the road to fix.
I don't want anything happening to my uncle, President Bouaka.
Chief, let me let me just say this to young Josh here. And I'll be honest with you, he's one of those who I thought, was a breath of fresh ideas. He's younger than most of the guys, but expressions like the one he's making here, I think it's part of what is bedeviling this government. We all want the president to be well, and we're happy he's well. But now this is beyond the president. Look, there is a crisis of confidence in this government's ability to govern. There are international flights right now that are concerned as to whether Liberia is safe to fly into. You're talking about the president well. Is that the only thing we should be concerned about? And no disrespect to the president. I'm happy he's well. God, thank God, nothing happened to our president. He's well. But what picture does this thing? These people from HPS, they wrote and insulted the president because he is incapable of making a decision. That's what they were implying. And they were questioning as to whether Liberia is open for business. These are the kind of things that give the impression that this country is not ready for business. It's not ready for international business. You come out here and talk about the president's health. Is that the only thing we should be concerned about? I mean, yes, the president's health is important. But then there are other factors that are connected to it. This is bad for business if you don't know that. The message sending out there is that this airport, the Monrovia, is not a destination stop for any serious business, any serious.
Wow.
For the guys in the UP, I think to admit that there was a problem that needs to be fixed, because of course it goes beyond the safety of the president. It has to do with, of course, the country's image, and of course the many other flights that go there. in their mind, in their narrow thinking, to admit that that was a problem, would tend to bring them into question about the many allegations and condemnation they gave against the CDC government in terms of incompetence and other kinds of things. And that's what government is. It is an evolving experience. You get in there, you see something, you struggle, but the most important thing is the commitment you made towards solving it becomes what defines you or separates you from another person. So it's unfortunate that young progressive guys like Lobo who fly back and forth will not be concerned. For me, look, beyond everything, when it comes to things like the airport, it also becomes a personal safety issue, particularly for those of us who fly back. Psychologically, for example, right now, anybody in an aircraft landing on Liberian soil, already landing on any airport for that matter, it gives you some sense of anxiety. Then you land into a place where it says plane can get stuck, electricity can go off. Can you imagine the trauma, the agony you go through for that first Sonny? So technically, it comes to some point about if I don't have to be there, then don't need to go there. You don't want that situation, man. You don't want that situation. I would think if we approach it, accept that there were people. It happened before. The Air France, I think Air France stopped coming to Liberia because I think under Madame Seri also there was some tire puncture or something before. And the Air France stopped. The tire bus, they had to play out to stay overnight for them to bring a new tire before they change it, all that kind of stuff. So it happened before. And I'm saying the approach is these things have happened, so there must be a blueprint as to how we fix them. But not to try to defend it, give excuse and all of those kind of stuff. You know, nobody raising these concerns because they hope that anything would have happened to the president. God forbid. We're not prepared for that, to see a situation of that calamity and tragedy that affected our president's life because of some pothole. But so it is true that we wouldn't want the same thing to happen to just anybody. And it's unfortunate that UP guys don't even tend to care, but that the only concern is Ethiopian airline came today. The other airline the other day. We do not have to start to fix that place after a funeral, man. Yeah.
Anyway.
It's true, that arrogance. You can't. I mean, that's a blatant. I mean, you can't show that. I mean, you talk about 1 year. What the outcome about the investigation? What happened? Because the last time it happened again, they were in darkness. People learn. People couldn't find it. They were in darkness. Then the next one with the president of the country, if they go to that level, then what will happen to the common person? I mean, that's not something to talk about. To be being so arrogant about.
Yeah.
You know.
I hope you come. I hope you accept your invitation. But thank you guys, Ahmed, Chief, and you know.
Yeah, but thank you, man. It was nice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you guys.
You too. Take care, guys.
Yeah. But Siddiqui, what's up with Truth Inc?
Truth Inc will be Truth Inc.
When the next stuff?
Well, we will be releasing an article on. We released one today, but basically it was about the seat. It was in an Oracle newspaper. It talked about we talk about support to.
What? The woman, what she said to that? I listen to her. What she said? You listen to the? What she said?
I didn't listen to Peabody, but
I know I saw the former foreign minister Olubangi King. She was more blasted. It
was an injustice. Let me honest. I think Kun shouldn't have gone for such an award. I don't think not all award you take because some only there
you go.
Well, whether he went or not,
because I saw the guy went to $2.5 and put money. Where he?
Colette?
I saw Colette there. I mean, the guy they did it. You know, they did it. They did it. They fire up got at the Capitol building, and my man. I saw the guy crying. I don't know what you're crying for. Well, he left something there. What something was there? What? But you were crying. The guy was crying. I was like, what? The guy was crying.
No, but Tomalin, the brother of that Capitol building was emotional, bro. I mean, just imagine.
I think like I was crying. I cried like I was crying. That's when I'm mad. So when I'm mad left. Look,
no, Tomalin. The guy, no, but the officers they ain't burned though. That they returned them got burned. I mean, I think it was emotional to be honest. When I saw that fire, it brought tears to my eyes. To be honest, I mean, like, because here's the thing though, people just do anything anyhow. I mean, Tomalin in the country, you just run red light, load of people will find you and get you problem and get you ticket. Then you burn whole Capitol building. Oh my God. Yeah, so that was huge, my brother.
No, but you are crying because I think you're crying because you're crying
he left money there.
I mean money got burned in that place. You're crying a baby. You know. But you know, the Liberian Council of Churches.
Why you need to know the Capitol building is older than that guy. So he grew up seeing that building. He grew up admiring that building from farther north from Bon County. You perhaps you didn't even come to Morville until you were around about 20 years old. So he came, those are about in Bon County, no seeing no good buildings. So when he came to Morville, those are the buildings they admire. So to see a burn, it was emotional for him. I mean, it was emotional for me too, to be frank. I mean, it brought tears to my eyes.
Yeah, but so the Council of Churches, Patrick, I have not listened to.
My man, that Council of Churches is a joke. Mean, to be frank, it's a joke. It's a disgrace, man.
For 7 months, they said nothing. They not said nothing, but they're honoring people now.
And they took serial banner people to the program today. I saw Dr. Tibote in the video.
Why you want to do that?
I think they invited the people on some other dinner. You know, they prepare them to as they get old. Sometimes they won't get out of the house. They just need places to go sit down. I saw that. I saw Dr. Tibote. I saw the former foreign minister.
Olubangi.
Yeah, King. I mean, they have some real permanent citizens and important people attending the program. And then they go on.
You see now, Joloba, who you can because, for instance, that's what probably we're talking about now. Okay. The GSC did an audit. Did an audit of the Ministry of State. When they did it, when the audit reviewed that the CDC government hired 730 some person, and when they came out, the former president said people will hire on humanitarian ground. But the GSC said they never followed the right procedure. Okay, fine. So y'all move, we are there from there now. Y'all said we are then did all that stuff, they hired consultants. But now y'all hired 34 consultants. In 2 months, y'all paid them 74, right? 74 consultants. Yeah. 74 consultants they hired in two months, right? And they paid them $36,000 for 2 months. When JC want to go check, what the consultants against the people? And my man Joka and them were making big noise, say they're taking the ghost from the payroll and all that thing. They did it.
My man, all that thing Joka.
So they want to go audit now. They post what the people y'all hire now, they can't show the people. So now, but I mean, so now the question is, so where are the people? And I saw I watched a repeat of the Clark video. I saw the girl there defending, how you call Cornelius, right? Cornelius Crush, she was defending that stuff.
She's in our article for Monday.
Very good. Now, so now tell me now. How can Clark reload that or take out the tax? How can they agree her? So she was in a relaxed place because she knows she can't go on spoon. She can't go on closing argument. You can't depend. I thought she's talking there. They'll run off from there. So that how can you see y'all be massaging each other because when the person blunder, you say can let all give support and talk. You say okay that ain't there. Now how you run for the next 3-4 years? It's a dangerous. You're going through a dangerous trend. It will not help you. It will not help you at all. You're going through a dangerous trend.
That's why we ask. Has the access of the Braga government always is information ministry to the extent that it has to now revert to propaganda as opposed to government tells the truth. Government unveil what the realities are, and those realities must have a correlation to how the people also feel. You can't spawn things and think that people are going to believe it when that's not what they feel. You cannot. It's not going to work. So when people say, for example, CDC never had propaganda, CDC, no, not that they never had it. But as long as the reality does not match what you say, my brother, you can bring the greatest communicator said. Those things only happened back in the days when people never had access to different forms of information. Today, information all over the place. Just a click on your cell phone can give you information anywhere. You want to see if government say they do they want, you need to find out for anybody you see it. So now this time, information is difficult. Misinformation, disinformation, you can try, but for how long? People have access to information on a daily basis. It's just all over the place, from Facebook to a different form of social media, mass print. It's just everywhere. So it becomes difficult. You know, those things existed back in the days when in the whole country at the time, maybe you have LBS, then you have ERBC or what I call it, ERWA, those kind of stuff. So of course, people listen, wait for the news at 7 o'clock. What the news say, they put what the news say today. What comes from that news become perhaps what the country thinks. But today, no. You can report one thing on Truth FM, another thing is being reported on OK FM, another thing is being reported on different FM. So no matter what they say, no matter what they do, on Class Reloaded, the truth is stubborn. It cannot be buried.
Like I said, Siddiqui, you cannot now with that issue about the gag report. I mean, you want to go on Class Reloaded and relax and talk and say what they want to put it. Yeah, but you cannot go nowhere to come defend that report.
I think Class Reloaded is meant to fool Boyka. Because at the end of the day, I think at the end of the day, they are working at his will and pleasure.
Yes.
So that not to have him take action against them, they have evolved a defensive mechanism and get him to listen only to that. So he becomes carried away by the things they say to him. That's what happening. So he becomes relaxed in that direction. So Class Reloaded is not really a tool to provide information to the public. It is one to get the president in that state, in a bubble state where he thinks and believes 100% that he's doing well. So that's the whole objective behind Class Reloaded. These are young and ambitious officials of government. They're young. They want to keep their post. They understand the challenges required. They know now that it's difficult. They know now that all of the things they say in propaganda, they cannot deliver. They now see the reality that governance is different from propaganda and from opposition. They now see that all of the things they call incompetence, all of the things they call this, that they now know that they cannot deliver. And so to save themselves, not from the public, because the public cannot take away their job, but to save themselves from Boyka's action, they keep it in a state, they control his mind, they brainwash him through watching one set of places where you get all
exactly
because
the thing is that
that's the goal.
If you're watching the show,
that's the goal.
You when they're talking, I mean, because you can't bring the Minister of Foreign Affairs or Minister of Justice or the Minister of Public Works or any ministry or any agency of government on your platform on Class Reloaded and try to make things.
But how can the chairman of Foreign Affairs?
I mean, I suppose
question the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Why would the question be?
I mean, I suppose
because to question the Minister of Foreign Affairs from a critical point of view almost be like exposing your private conversation, because people talk every day on the foreign affairs of the country. So when you bring the person there, you only have to ask what we call promotional question. Set up the question, give the person a platform so that they can
be relaxed there. They all relaxed there talking about this one because but one thing should happen, right? It's about time that I'll say if our opposition leader in the country, I will start talking. And I heard I'm sorry, but I'll play it tomorrow when we'll do the show, because I heard that I mean I've been getting people say comments were very vocal. He made some people about the praising. People were how do you call it? Critics were praising that he spoke strong, he came out strong the other day. I think today or yesterday. So I want to see that. I want to see the other opposition leaders there. I want to see Yuri talking to. I want to see President Weah should get from a comfort zone and start talking and having these making this rounds. I mean, having these.
But I think credit to George Weah. He had them vocal that is unprecedented of a former president. He had them vocal.
When you say being vocal, where now?
Well, he had registered. Listen. Normally, traditionally,
once I see him going to OKFM, maybe to Clarence Jackson there, T-Max there, and all up the hand. But anyway, maybe.
But you see, traditionally,
you
can't get. I'm not why you got defending. I'm just saying.
You'll be real.
No, Tomalin, I'm not defending. I'm saying to you.
Oh, you said traditionally, to be credit.
Tomalin, Joe, you have to give me a chance to speak.
Okay, go ahead.
What I'm saying to you, even Joseph Boakai, as former vice president, he was not on the radio every day condemning. Wait for me, because when you are served in the position, you understand what it takes to lead. As such, you cannot be there advocating everything. You must do a statement. I agree. There are some issue of national concern. For example, the issue of the speakership, where the Supreme Court gave a ruling in the law of violence, that requires a statement from him. You cannot be on all the radio. You gave statements as a statement. You gave statement on issues. Yeah. So it's there from the role Cummings will play. Cummings, who haven't been there, but be very vocal, but be very present, must engage. The likes of Georgia, Ellie Johnson, Sally, they will get statement on national issue once in a while. You can't be on every radio show, every talk show. They have served the country before.
And I had several interviews. Even in America now, I saw Joe Biden today. Joe Biden had interview Clinton.
But you don't see when Joe Biden left over how he first interview.
Oh, but
okay. Joe Biden will not go to every interview, brother.
No, not every interview, but my man. They see Tiniki, at least in even every 6 months. Oh, you Tiniki run over me. I see.
No, boy.
No, you vice chairman. I want to tell the vice chairman.
Yeah, no, I run away. I'm not running away. I'm saying to
you.
I'm saying to you.
I come in. Statement. I want we have no statement Bennett. One interview. Where they put as you want a statement Bennett and who and in the
point I'm making to you is former presidents usually, and let's take it from the American tradition, will not always and at all times be critical of the sitting president. That is a respected tradition that has been upheld. Yes, there are some issues that go beyond everything that you would give a statement or maybe when the press.
When Boga was saying they gave men jobs to young boys. I mean, you know why you were telling when we are president.
Of course, when we come to the period of campaign, we are being vocal. But listen, we are not have to respond like Boakai. We can respond, condemn what Boakai is doing, but you can do it in a way that is respectful of the position he had before. You can't be making no kind of charity statement that Boakai will make, a former vice president.
Diggy, every 6 months, it will be fun. Now
you qualify.
Major editors to get up.
Now you qualify. But what I'm telling you, now you qualify. What I'm telling you is, everywhere in the world. Now look at America, where you live. How many times you have seen Obama call press conferences?
A lot.
No, that's not true. Maybe Obama will go to speak somewhere. You will go get speech and you address issue.
I see that minutes. Say not talking to these journalists that one-on-one.
Well, a former president on the current government.
Yes.
No campaign. No,
that can be done.
My man, it's very difficult for former president of the United States to just openly and every day regularly criticize the sitting president. It does not happen.
No, he got criticized sitting.
It does not happen yet.
No, he got criticized sitting president. But for instance, right? If the president, I would my discussion on all the issues in the country. You ask me a question about the issues there.
It does not be. What I'm saying to you, I agree with you. I agree with you that.
I mean, I want clear. I want to tell you because y'all be defending the two parties all the time. Y'all be defending.
Which you got defend? I'm not telling you common etiquette, brother. That's common logic.
Well, etiquette.
I'm saying to you.
Now,
George,
come educate to the guy.
George,
one thing in office because you won't be come educate, right?
no,
People,
CDC one thing only because people voted
UP
against CDC.
started for the day they know where we are. UP started attacking the man. The person says the ball. What he said? He said, "We are not my president." After the elected,
now you join the goalpost.
No, but
because for you see criticism that must come from where?
No, not, but
I can't criticize the government every day.
My man.
So it is myself.
The other people, when they were fighting the thing of power, they were talking. They were talking.
But I'm saying that we have spoken.
Anyway, my man.
No, but Timberly, let's face it. I will not defend we have spoken.
I ain't no party. That's why I say my.
No, but we have provided opinion view about this Baka government. In fact, on the Suno case, he did also. He said,
"You mean apple oranges?" I talk about interview. You talk about a statement with E in a bro.
Which one you call interview?
Oh, a statement, interview. Why?
But
you get more interview than anything.
How many times did we went for an interview when you were president?
I can't remember that.
Okay, we did that. So what we did when he wanted to respond was either you release statement or you go to his church.
So anyway, you vice chairman for city, so you gotta defend it.
What is that as a defense? I'm not telling you his behavior.
Yes,
so
no, Siddiqui, you face the people, ask the question.
I'm saying to you, when George Weah was president of the Republic of Liberia, he did not have press conferences. He went either to his church or he released statement. If he do this,
it affected him. It affected George Weah when he running because guess what? Have Weah spoke to the people? Because the people are lying. No. I come in. The people are lying. They were lying, and they lied. People believe the lies. Then we are telling the person, look, when I took office, people they had 2,000 of nurses.
Let me tell you. Let me.
You had 1,000 people that were on the volunteers. But what I did when we took office, the wage bill was so high, and the IMF said that we should cut down our budget, everything, our wage bill. To accommodate the people, we harmonize people. It's still harmonization works to the people, right? That wasn't because harmonization affected them. No, the money that we use to harmonize our people salaries, we brought up over the payroll. That's what I'm getting paid. But they put that. I mean,
Timberly John, let me tell you something. Yeah. As I was saying to the UP now, no matter what explanation they gave on that class reloaded, even if Joseph Parker were to go sit down there every day, if the life of the people is not affected, is not improved, my brother, you can bring Joseph Parker to talk whole day, it will still make no difference. Back on the case of the CDC, time with odd number 2 and try to explain harmonization. That's not what the people wanted because you know what? When Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was there, she paid them a salary that they thought they could afford. When they voted CDC to do better than Ellen. So for CDC to bring harmonization and took the pay from $5 to $1, no matter the explanation you could give, whether the IMF, whatever, it could stay that bad. Because let's see, if the man was eating 3 times a day, because of his salary and he started eating 1 time a day, my brother, you could explain your IMF to why your IMF. Then on the contrary, why you explaining that? They've seen some of your ministers living exorbitant life, my brother. No explanation could make that.
No,
even
Diggy, let me share something today, Siddiqui. If you notice, right? I'll be honest with you. If you notice, when a leader speaks, it's different from his surrogates. Get it clear?
I agree.
Yes, they bring a lot of weight and power. Now, look, and one of the things people don't understand, I've been knowing George Weah. I've been working with him from 2004. His strength is speaking extemporaneously. When he speak with all prepared text and communicate with the people mind change. I see it. I saw it happen with the years, and that is strength. But then the handlers they always say, "Oh no, don't go there, don't go there."
No, I'm not discussing his strength.
But I tell you,
I'm not discussing his strength.
It's important for him to have his interview or town event. It's important. It twice a year, no problem. It's very important. But
but what I'm saying, I'm not saying that we as an opposition leader should not provide his view on what he thinks the government should do. I'm saying it's unethical that a former sitting president will regularly hold a press conference to condemn the next government. It doesn't happen anywhere around the world.
We're not talking about criticizing the government. Now we're talking
about.
Discussing issues. For instance, the people out you discussing the issues that happen in the country, discussing what happening, and then
I'm not saying once in a while he can't do it, but I'm saying to you, according to you, you said we should be able to go and do this thing on a regular basis. It can't be that way. Ethically, brother.
What you ethically?
Ethically, when we get to campaign, of course. No, while we await campaign, we can have his press conference once in a while. He can release statement on issue of that. For example, the issue of the fire of the Supreme Court. That's a major issue that requires his voice. That is a major issue that he must speak on. I agree. But I'm saying there's a difference between how we are engaged and how Kwame should engage. Kwame as an opposition leader who has never been president before should, of course, regularly, effectively, in any opportunity. You see, get a common statement he made, say what they did to me, they not do it before. It gave a different perspective. Well, it seems like that guy is a little strong. He has something to offer. He should continue in that direction. Because we must provide, when we are speaking, you should speak from a policy perspective. You should speak on giving a solution, not just about just talking because you want to talk. I'm not saying in defense of Mr. Weah. I would not come on here to defend Weah. I'm not a spokesman. I'm not a defend person. But I'm just saying ethically, it does not happen anywhere. Obama would not just be on Eric.
But no, you got it wrong. Nobody say Eric. I repeat, no. I say it are twice or yes, sir. I mean, let me frank. Have this.
But if you are mentioned twice a year, I will not be having twice a year, of course.
How is the agreement with the press? That's what I said, but you say statement.
But the point I'm making to you is, we did not do that when you were president for 6 years.
Yeah. So, but then what happened? Do you know how he done so? People because people will believe to say, but then people lie.
But we are now having press conference when he was elected as president.
Yeah, because so now but you see now, you got elected, we're all saying nothing, right? You got it now. You see nothing now. You see what happened now? You see?
So the best approach in this thing is your action, your words must go now with your action. You can talk all the talk. The city blogger that do with condemning. That's what he's saying we actually have done. If you're talking and you're not delivering, my brother, you can talk until judgment day. The Liberian people, the people are not stupid anymore, bro.
You're talking with that. I can bet you, right? I can bet you. Let's say that now.
Akami. Do you think the lives of the people in West Point on CDC? You think that's what they wanted? You think that's what they wanted? They wanted a change in that condition.
No, but guess what? If we had told the point the constraints you are facing, that God get it clear now.
But when no. You can't tell government. No. You can't tell government after promising hope. After President Chile can say, "Oh, I got a problem." No,
no. Because when we had took over, Omil left the country. All the people that were giving support to Liberia, the NGO, they left. And even till they say, "You stay, at least stay 1 year on the office, get wet." They said no. The country was safe. The country was on right course. They left. As compared to Madam Sali, she had all of them there. She had a lot of international donor coming, support coming. But you know, the CC government, they thrive on, they were depending on local to domestic revenue to sustain them. Okay. You tell you, the constraint you're facing. Okay. The constraint you're facing. People would have understood. They say, but the child told us that one now. He said, "So I don't want to back my hands are short." Look, a president can be a great communicator. If you can communicate.
So let me play the devil advocate in that case and give you a contradiction. Weah comes out to the Liberian people and says, what we had thought we would have done, unfortunately, we cannot do because Omir left the country and this other point left the country. So we are going through a stereo process. Then the Liberian people see we are flying private jet. It does not resonate.
I agree.
Then,
but listen now.
No, listen to me now.
Okay.
Tomalin, a day communication. A steady communication. So communication cannot be vague. It must come with some form of integrity. It must be supported. When you convey a message of austerity. It's time that we go through austerity period. That everybody must now make sacrifice. The best way to consolidate your message is the example you gave as a person. So if you are talking about a certain measure, we'll cut it, and then people see, for example, Joseph Boyka go give, he just got a $1 million car to drive. Then he talks about certain. How do you resonate it too? So it comes from Joseph Boyka mouth. He go like, my people of Liberia, today I announce that we all have to go through problems because government cannot afford this. You know the Donald Trump have called you save money, so we cannot make it again. The Liberia people listen. 3 days after, Joseph Boyka is in a $100 million car. How can that message resonate with that action?
Okay,
but that's exactly what I'm telling you. You cannot spin. You cannot spin it, brother. You must match the word. For example, let's come back to America. Donald Trump. If Donald Trump is saying that he will cut taxes, America will be great again, it will only be for some time. If thing prices are stay high, no matter how many press conferences Donald Trump will hold in that Oval Office, if people go into the gas pump and the prices are $5, $6, $7, $8, all that press will be in vain. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but everybody know Trump when I self-inflicted something doing everybody know that one. But what I'm trying to tell you, Diggy, if you face the people you leading, you face them, face to face with them. It's okay. I'm taking my message on the road. I'm going to Bangana today. I'm going to Bong Nimba Lofa. I'm having town hall meeting. I will tell the people then why.
But Tomalin, Joy, you must understand that town meeting must be a reflection of the truth.
Yeah, but the truth is that
you must go and explain the truth.
The truth is that, for instance, the truth is that you see, because the government cannot even afford for my travel. My friends had to send me plane to travel. You see it? My friend had to send me plane to travel. The plane I carry are going on, so now the government. My friend sent me because
okay, that's a good argument, and then it should be then it should be the truth. So assuming I come in. Boyka say Boyka say the private jet, we won't use government money anymore to travel. Going forward, our friends will be happy all with plane to go. He said that the Liberia person, but that's good. The president really sacrificing. 1 month after, we found out that the governor of Liberia on a plane at Boyka claimed the French spent close to 200,000. How do you reconcile that?
Man, that's what I say. But we found out that means you lie to the people.
So the point I'm making to you is not just about going on the road. It's about going on the road to speak the truth.
Yeah, but
and the truth must be matched with actions.
Diggy, let me tell you now. Let me explain to you quickly. Okay. Now, most of the people, right? When you talk to the people in Liberia, they say, "Oh, Ellington, we're getting the 1 year. We're getting that 1 year." What they didn't know is that Ellington, you had one of the largest peacekeeping forces in the country, in our country. They were putting, and what they were putting, US dollar, they were putting a lot of money into the country, our economy. So the money was in the economy. They put our living there, the troops are living there. They had to go to the market, supermarket, so the money was there. Then you had international NGOs working in Liberia. So jobs were all over the place. Most people never came to America. I come here, working with the UN, organization, working with them and thinking they were making money. The money was in Liberia. So now, when you go on the road, then the person say, look, I know Ellington, you did, but guess what? Right now, every money we're getting now, we got to do it we're getting it for our own our domestic revenue envelope. We're doing it. Our budget, we got to meet up. I mean, we're going to people.
I agree that it is always good to lead a people. They must understand your vision, they must understand your challenges, and they must understand the prospect. 100%. My article when I talk about Garguah versus Pewee, I highlighted that. I highlighted the finance ministry that Pewee took over. Different from the one that Garguah had. Garguah had a finance ministry that was bloated with a lot of international support. Pewee took over one that he had to deal with local, and he had to innovate to be able to create means of something. So so those are two different times. And to his credit, he was able to have sustained macroeconomy at least for a while, and he turned over a very promising economy to Joseph Boyka. I agree. It's always good to provide your vision to the people, the challenges that's involved with it, and the prospects. But I'm saying to you, and I'm not saying that about a George Weah government or a Boyer government. I'm saying policy communication must be matched with honesty. You cannot be communicating one thing and something else be happening, because at the end of the day, the people will see both. People are easily moved by visual, not just by verbal. So yes, you may verbally tell them what it is, but visually what they see could become more influential than what you say verbally. So that's all I'm saying. So if you want to tell the person, look, we are in a difficult moment, it should be reflected in the actions that they also see around you. That's the point I'm making.
The strategy, you are national vice chairman of the former ruling party. The strategy got to change. If you want to retake power 2029, the strategy you're talking about, you got to change.
Now, let me tell you the first approach to taking power. The first approach to taking power that it has already been done. Joseph Boakai has failed the Liberian people. They cannot redeem.
The question
is, they cannot redeem that. What has happened? Because of the expectation of the people and the performance of Boakai now is done. They will only try to end the 6 year, but it's done. They're not coming back. The Liberian people are not going back to that.
Okay, so now good. But guess what now? Now, to be fair to Boakai then too, that just year 2. They still got 2026, 27. Now, by 2026, next year, if the things cannot change, okay, if we stay in the scenes, the people level and be impacted. People the people go to the market, sell in the market, whole day they can't sell the kobo. It's the people carrying it back home. They can't do nothing. Things getting tough on the people. Put children out of school because you start looking at the statistics now. How many students, how many kids were in school this year? How many kids fell, start dropping? They say, oh, we have 20% of the kids drop from school and this year. It continue to go increase. Just like that. Start impacting the people now. If that cannot happen,
Tomalin,
but then the alternative now will be we're looking for now. We about the two parties there for 19 years. They've been there now. They've been there 20 years now. So let's find something new now. So that why we can't.
You know, you always advance your third party thing. The reason why I'm not giving it a lot of consideration is because your approach to the third party is that you're looking for a miracle. No, you got to put in the work, brother.
But working, working already.
You're to the third party. You think CDC is where it is on they're talking and praying for this?
Man.
It was hard work. People
hard
died.
Work, yeah, we put hard work there.
Listen to me. People die in the process. Do you know
that? Well, remember, you talking to somebody, you and we all there too now. We know. But when the opportunity came, we just let it go. I see you're freezing now. You see you're frozen now. Right there. Vitamin frozen. You see? Vitamin small. Oh, you ready to come back? No, but on a serious note, we gotta start thinking big. We cannot continue to think the same way. Because for me, I say to for me to support anybody, the two parties that are in power, it takes a lot. It takes a lot for me to do it because now every day I see them on Facebook, they're fighting each other. Now they open one chat room every day. I see the chat room open. The chat room on Facebook, they call it Boxing 4.0. And I saw all the people that chat room there, like people who have served government the last 19 years. They're fighting each other now. All of them, ministers, directors, they're all in that chat room. Representatives, senators, all in that chat room. They're fighting each other. They're all doing right now. And for the last 19 years, they have controlled the country. And the country is where it is today. So then I want to say, I mean, you got to convince me that you're ready. So right now, I'm looking at a tailway. What I'm looking at. And we'll work hard to get it. Because we're not getting younger, getting old. We got to go back home to live. So we will not be the same way. So let people, that's it there, okay? Tomorrow we're having some folks will be joining us tomorrow and Sunday. Hopefully. We have some show tomorrow, but today's Friday. Everybody chilling. Let's go chill. What my kids at? They're not yet. They come home now. Okay, but anyway, But it's been a good time, and we just want to again to say we praise God for blessing the security level of our president, his delegation. What 28 person were on that flight, I heard, and thank God they landed safely. And we pray that the president will exercise the political will to take some action. Ralphie, that's all we have right now. Patrick, the problem is that the people keep coming to the scene. Also, the people, some people get tired. Some we gotta do to keep the show on. That's all. But so now everybody will come all the time. You see, if you get tired, when you can't tell the city, the thing not changing. You get frustrated, and you see, so some all get tired. Before some day you want to see Facebook, but when you sit down, you look at people and say, "Oh my man, you're killing the show dying." But that's what happened. So right now, when you come and say what they say something today, they people not changing anything. They're doing the same thing, they're doing the same thing every time, but expecting different results, and that's the problem. So that's the problem. But again, Silika, come and go. My dog Rocky, my cat Luna calling me. Come on, Rocky, come, Papa, come, Rocky. You want to come? Luna, come. Siliki in Kigali, Rwanda. Siliki Kuma. Siliki in Kigali, Rwanda. Wait, okay. Oh, so you got to put that you move on that again?
Put me in the show.
Hey, you there?
But I can throw up on camera being on. Ain't I still there?
Yeah, you there.
Yeah, I can throw up on camera being on. So,
but you move on that again. Oh. You still there?
I'm there. I hearing you. Can you hear me?
I hear you, yeah.
So, my brother, Mr. Josh, listen. The third party thing. You see, coming just talks about the whole country. Look.
See, because in man, the major tour, right? That it show you that the people is like, it show you that the people they wouldn't for that moment, say, but the major tour, everybody just running, everybody people who are critical of him, they don't want to see, yeah, coming, getting tough now. I mean, just small talk he did. So maybe he should continue. I mean, the people showing that they said no, we're tired now, man. One different thing now. So the people say, I didn't come talking now. They don't put in thought, and they thought tired.
But the reality is, my man, the whole Waka is now a reformist, man. He can't take the difficult decisions.
You got 2 more years. They got 26. By end of 26, if they cannot pick up, forget it.
Tomalin, the pattern of Liberian government in the first 1 or 2 years, brother, you know straight where they're going. So for example, if you look at Ellen's first term and her second term, you see the difference.
Oh yeah.
The first term you could see that intention of that working. Somebody wanted to work, you could see it all along from year 1 to year 6. The second term it was weak. First year, second year. So
I think she gave up. She gave up the second term. She gave up.
So
the first term she did it.
Let me tell you, people don't lose election in year 6. You start to lose the election first year, second year, third year.
Yeah. So I say Unity Party and Alliance they got next year, and next year to do something. If next year come, we're hitting 2027, forget it. Nothing can show.
What next year? They hear that ending like they looking like the whole country.
And they shouldn't put a blame and say, oh, because and they call support. No. We can make it. We got a lot of MOU pending. Diggy, my man. Diggy.
Yeah.
Now I'm hungry. I'm gonna go eat my salad, man. You know, I quit, man. I eat salad at night.
Well, for me, at the hour I don't eat anymore. I eat later. I eat at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I know that. I eat my salad, then I'll be done for the day.
Yeah, 6. Yes, that's it.
You're eating your pambola right now. Heavy food then. Crazy.
So why is it when you talk about third party, you don't include CMC? And like you're not even giving them credit.
Oh no, the part of it too that I say,
You know,
no. As citizen and UP, they don't give way. Any party, yeah, CMCO or ALPO or LP, I mean ANC.
so why if Cummins go on CDC together?
It'll be a game changer.
But then why you say so? Is that a party you want to go with an individual? I guess.
Oh, but in the video we're talking about, we need transformative leader.
So your issue is with CDC or your issue with the president?
My issue has been that the two parties have led the country for the last 19 years.
So now I'm saying, so what if
and the country still we're not making progress.
So what if your coming is with CDC in a collaboration and then he has the ticket?
Oh, that'll be something good.
But I didn't see CDC though.
No. The leader, the transformative leader, the arrowhead, the person that matters.
So your concern is the arrowhead.
Oh yeah, because they bring new vision.
So if John Malu were to go as a standard bearer for UP.
Oh, John Malu, but ain't John Malu was part of the UP people. He put a
power. Now, if John Malu came as a standard bearer for UP, will you consider a transformative approach?
But John Malu, but they in power right now. They in power right now. What are you talking? They were raising money on spoon like that. Every day they go, they raise. They say, how much percent? That is zero no more yet. The cash out no more yet. You send it. I said, wow. I raising money. So now I can sit down and say, yeah. But now, spoon has begun. No, like reported that joke. Right now, citizens running to spoon for refuge now. The spoon has dismantled there.
Well, running to spoon for refuge from where?
Oh, and so I came in there and all the big dogs. I know somebody said the next person that going that job. I said, I know that one because I see my man going on that platform. But the vice president, the former vice president, been there. The minister of foreign affairs, the president, chief of staff, the president, the former president, all them been there. So I pay the going there. Everybody going there. So they just cheating up on they were putting UP platform there. They were all there.
But the reality is that UP is a neutral party. Not be friend. CDC, look, CDC get own problem. CDC get 1 million problem. It get own issue and all of them. But look, no party is as ungrateful and on something that a United Party.
Oh yeah.
Those people, they have within them the class system. CDC get own problem, own challenges. From leadership problem to ungrateful and ingratitude is there too. But UP, nah. And these guys, they know how to do anything to plunge country into problem. What these guys have started, Tomalin, would you get ready to tower bell for 2029?
Yeah.
How's that? Tomalin, where Kev Hassan?
Yeah, man, can we go in Maryland? Can we go chilling?
I'll call the man on the show.
Can we go platform there? Can we go? He decided to go. He decided to have a transfer to go. Who gain transfer to go? when he performing, when you come out,
we won't get a transfer back.
A transfer by we'll get transfer.
They get a transfer back. So finally, before you leave, let's look at the revelation the board made tonight, Tomalin. You're a football man, you're a soccer man, a Barrow enthusiast, man who believe in you. You are around when Liberian football, not just the Lone Star, but the local league was very attractive and stuff like that. And now it's come to the point they hearing this kind of revelation from the former vice president of the Liberia Football Association in the face of other allegations of corruption in different sectors. I mean, what do you make of it, my brother?
Amen. Sidiki, look, what I've got to realize about our country, Liberia, that country is blessed. Sidiki, look, the country got money. The kind of money the people can be playing with. The money that the people just playing with. The country got money. Just imagine if the people are taking that money to impact the lives of the people, what will happen? But look at LFA alone. Why our football programs still like that? Okay, when you could take that money and invest most of the money in the high school league, okay, high school league, you put money to it. I mean, you have a academy and thing, and the thing about it, Liberian lost soccer, right? So what you do? So I say last night, get a sport tax. Get a sport tax. You know, get a sport tax. You say, okay, every cigarette you buy here, you pay $5 for a sport tax on it. Yeah. And then alcohol you buy, you put $5, 5 cents. Not $5, 5 cents. You see what happen? I put that money into sport development. See what happen. But when in Liberia, now you said that you pass on that. You see what happened with that? So you said that football get watch show. That mean they glue to emotional shack. They're there.
You think Smith's reaction tonight? You think Smith's reaction tonight on Zoga Wilson was more political on the fact that Zoga pleaded the fifth, whether he could support his former boss? You think Smith came to respond to that indirectly, and so he was a little overplus vocal on Zoga, calling him a mattress rule?
Well, I think Smith sounds very, 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 very bitter. I think and more than that, I think by he not winning the re-election, I think he blamed it on perhaps on the guys that he attacking, especially Raji and so forth. And especially when you're part of a institution and you know what happened in the institution, and you feel that and you feel that you be marginalized, being ostracized. Yeah, when you tend to become a rebel, you know, you become rebellious. You know, you start to be confrontational. You know, I think that's what's happening. Okay. Oh, hold on. I got a call from somebody. Hold on. Yeah, Minister, I call him Minister Wilson. But yeah, so I think that the problem there. So Diggy, man, it just any institution you work with, in part of any institution, you feel that you are marginalized, you feel that you are not treated right, you start to become rebellious. You know, you become oppositional. I think that's what happened, a reaction right now. And now apparently he knows exactly the kind of thing, the kind of benefits with being part of LFA. He knows it. So now he's like, what? I'm not happy right now. I'm not part of it. And then I heard that
he lost his position.
Yeah, your vice chairman, he lost the position in the election.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So when the guy went for a second term, that's the time he is contested.
Yeah. When Raji went, he contested, he didn't win. So maybe
he lost it.
Yeah, I think maybe he put all that blame on him that they caused an election and so forth. I think all that part of it.
Okay.
Yeah, but Diggy, my man, let me go, man. What you doing? You stay home tonight? You going nowhere, right?
I don't usually go out and.
The people are living, my man. I live 2 hours from y'all. 2 hours from. I live way in Temple, so. And then now that right now about in Derby or somewhere there. Somebody having somewhere now. Somebody having some cook or somewhere. Some session going play. I've been tonight, but.
Yeah.
You see, but on the side now,
I can come down down that way easily, but
And you
I
see,
should be coming down there this weekend. I don't see. Yeah, I should be going there the weekend.
see, away in Temple, 2 hours away, and when I only my care, my daughter, my children, my daughters are not here right now, sir. So yeah, so that's what happened. But
All right, man. Let's see tomorrow.
okay, bro.
We get anybody for Saturday?
I know George would have one of the he's over here and so I will confirm with him tonight or tomorrow morning. Yeah, it was,
Right.
yeah. Okay, we'll come, man.